recording checkbox not. Stop streaming checkbox.
And we should be live. Let me.
Voice rate 35. Rate 40. Tweezcake v0.18. 3 30. Start recording.
Oops.
Rate 35. Start Brave app. New tab. YouTube. YouTube.com. Location. YouTube.com. YouTube.
Give me just a minute.
YouTube dialog. That's script note account main black button heading level dialog. That's search note account mainland blank dialog. That's script note account menu nav tab view. Selected mainland view channel visited link. Main description link cast but live streams hello there at Mackenzie heading level 1 Mackenzie at hello there live stream button description link custom link map tab selected videos tab live. Selected yet another stream because why not by Mackenzie this compliment tab view. Selected alert. Set minute like share button create select an next button copy edit read only home tree items cable VTube item dot column 2 VTube.exe row 2 warning dialog cancel VTube hook and more options menu button context options submenu settings restore settings voice 2 of 6 level 0.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You know what? No.
Answer call from Mayo Marogan.a with voice only.
You know what?
Double tap to activate.
Not right
Speech options grouping.
now.
Use Sappy voice enable out voice. ATT Microsoft Hazel desktop. AT Microsoft Zerd Microsoft Jenny natural. Microsoft Aria natural. English United States. Microsoft Sonia. Microsoft Ryan. Mike Heather. Ryan Medi Sam Ms. Layla. VW Kate.
I'm
VW
sorry,
Julie.
guys.
Insta hit vol split OK cancel OK but VTube tap more op tab type or tab
I'm not
type or
taking any stupid Skype calls
Ringtone.
right now.
enter button alt plus E.
Entering chat Galaxy Star 1128. Hi.
Hi.
V2 yet another subs 3 Tweezcake list the evil chocolate cookie at Mackenzie they have Brad Pitt the evil chocolate cookie at Mackenzie they have Brad Pitt 15 seconds ago. The evil chocolate cookie dear dictation how the heck do you get help out timelines list new post vis public text edit I'm live. I'm blank.
Page, ringtone volume.
Hey. Hey. Shush.
Tammy A. Hey guys. And what
Hey.
the heck is that sound scheme?
It's a thing that I did. Yeah? No. Sorry about that, guys. Hang on.
VTubeX 86
Yeah!
File Explorer Items View List
No! Sorry about that, guys.
Tweezcake VTube column 3 yet another yet VTube new post WVJUXE Tweez list Mackenzie time mentions noted Alex Chapman fave time home 1 of 5 home 1 of 5 list timelines list mentions 5 note Alex Chapman favorited your post at KD6K it's timeline home 1 of
Tammy
5
A. You modified your VTube to have that sound scheme? Why it's Blind World High.
Hi, Wyatt. Yes, I did. Well, kind of different sounds because I thought, you know what, why the heck not? And I thought I'd use Julie because otherwise... So, it's...
6:24 p.m.
Oh, wow, it's 6:24. And thank you so much, Mastodon.
Kemi A.
So-
And about the other sounds?
Yeah, I kind of just randomized crap because I thought, the generic VTube sounds are gonna get annoying after a while, so I'm just like, screw it. BT.
Yet another V2, yet another stream because dialogue that's script no main net mute set mina player button heading level 1 yet another visited link visited
Wyatt
75
Blind
sub
World is actually 5:25 your time.
Oh yeah, 520. Yeah, I think it is. I think my
visited link 75 subscribe like this video complimentary landmark button skip ahead to live broadcast button
Kemi
or
A.
top play is
Yeah,
on top
because Quinn C Gamer Room sounds XD.
subtitles setting minute full like this video along with 0 other people talk
Wow, I've got 75 already. Wow.
link edit video link analytics 75 visited link Mackenzie complimentary like comp theater mode full screen like this dislike this video like this link analytics 75 subscribers dial
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. And those of you on Mastodon, please boost. I can't stream tomorrow, I know, because 2 people are going to be streaming in one day. One of them is the Evil Chocolate Cookie, and the other one is... yeah. You know what? Do I dare say any names? Because they're not here. Well, because he's not here.
Kemi A. When I get a working computer with a Discord thing, I'm probably going to download Star, assuming that Sam's Mac computer that just didn't work for those voices.
Yeah. He'll make a mobile and web client as well. That's what he told me.
Tweez
Wyatt
cake
Blind World otherwise any other voice. It'll be clickable.
Clickable? That didn't work.
list the evil chocolate cookie check out this creation I made on weights.gg https timelines mess lip the evil reply to the Advil
Wyatt
cook
Blind World wait. Mobile?
I mean, I'm not using that voice right now with chat.
I'm to f blank list time home 1 of 5 home 1 of 5
Kemi A. The hell was that?
That was Mastodon. Whoops. Sorry about that. I was sending someone a message. But the next person to stream who might cut Cookie off is do I dare say any names, because that person is not in chat and that person is not
Kemi A. Imagine having TW Blue and Mastodon and Twistcake open all at once. Things would get, out of hand.
yeah. You know what? I'll say it anyway. The person who is going to possibly cut Cookie off because he's going to stream tomorrow is Notch. So, yeah. We may not get a proper stream from Cookie tomorrow because of, well, yeah.
Camille, did you know that you could install some NVDA sounds that come from that SoundPack Central website?
Yeah, I did. I just never cared.
Liv McKen time.
Can we, like, get more people on stream, please? Like, please?
Stop. Wait. Stop it. In here.
Ow.
Hey, no.
Ah.
Level 1 Skype app. Skype.
Camille,
Scott-
I don't know. It's gonna be like how I stream and it's one person watching XD.
Yeah, probably.
You're
Camille,
smooth. No more
what's
people.
all the commotion going on?
It's just background noise. Ignore that.
Favorite Mayo Windows The Evil Chocolate Cook Alexis friend Matt Francis open type me open at more my your no more you ch news make with the Gianni Matt Curtis
Gianni.
open type message tweeze
Okay.
stop Discord app
Let's get Discord up and running.
Discord
Let me test something real quick.
friend
Okay, that works.
button close but server chief gap B O air dev D R J but left 1 mention 3 1 4 1 9 mentions NV
Camille, yeah, forget that guy. He's just going to blast his computers out into space.
Who are you oh, that... Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about,
11 mentions 9 mentions button close map minute dis end chat read tech feed voice code converse user area read out of
hey,
region
no one's on
Camille,
that
button
server.
server.
can you even get custom Discord sounds?
Unfortunately, no, you can't. I wish you could.
tree button dismiss button close but servers tree level 2 direct message D R J but level 1 3 1 4 7 1 9 11 Chris's server 11 mention YouTube stuff out of edit but YouTube stuff
Okay.
out of edit macmin dis mac chat mem well step tech
Windows
voice
Electronic 101 active channel YouTube delayed notifications.
Yeah, I think they did.
The pan is on.
Korea Chen Kit Livest roaming and Scar Alex Joseph TT requests TTFT
Windows
button.
Electronic 101
TTS
active
bot
channel.
button.
Also, hey, voice text / voiceware / neospeech / read speaker, whatever it's called, Julie now.
Yep.
Charlie's Random World of Nonsense. Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Big Girl McKinsey.
Oh, Charlie, don't be such a weird.
Requests and TT button. Joseph or Camilo Alex Scar Livest roaming and recording. Livest roaming and recording.
Welcome back, Mackenzie.
Yeah. Hang on, I did not mean to join that channel. Hang on just a minute, guys.
Wrong.
Tammy A. Though imagine using the DeckTalk sound scheme on Windows 1.
Jeez. No, I'm not doing that.
Charlie's Random World of Nonsense. Well? Are you scared? To say what you were going to call me?
No, I'm not.
Windows Electronic 101 active channel looks like the expressions are signed with exclamation points.
Yes, they are.
Oh no! Get ready for mums.
Oh no.
Out of but servers sidebar navigate. Server ideas. Livest roaming and idea. YouTube stuff. Tweez.
Oops.
Stop. Discord. Discord.
Perfect. My Discord's good, and also Windows if you want, since the NVGT Convo 1 is like totally empty.
Charlie's Random World of Nonsense. Uh-oh. Not that. No.
You forgot to do the frickin' exclamation marks, Charlie.
Windows Electronic 101 active channel Discord sound remix.
Lol.
Heading left button neutral. Heading left button bad. Button.
Get out of here, you stupid dialogue.
Tammy A. Now I see how you get it to sound like when Loquendo expresses its voices. It's the old Julie voice. And everyone is using Gonamate now with this voice.
Oh, jeez. Let's not talk about that one website, please. We don't need... we don't need people sending grounded threats or any stupid jokes like that in chat.
Cháarli's Random World of Nonsense. I meant no.
Yeah. And whatever you do, there are a few voices you do not want reading chat. Eric is one of them because of that stupid grounded joke.
Galaxy Star 1128. Guys, no stuff about the certain app which I will not mention.
Yeah.
Windows Electronic 101 active channel. I've set up the remaining AI covers to upload automatically according to a schedule. Cháarli's Random World of Nonsense. I think you mean. Yeah.
Charlie, don't start anything stupid, please. I don't want to have to time you out for like 10 minutes. Before I got so rudely interrupted, Windows, what I was going to say before someone else interrupted me was we can go in the NVGT Discord VC since no one is practically up there, which I am actually going to go up there because...
Button closed.
Let me just
server.
test this real quick. Alright. I guess
Dismi-
it works low.
Server.
Charlie's random world of nonsense. Julie can do this.
R.
Bitch!
Level 3. 1 mention. 1 4 7 1 9 11 mentions. Matt Curtis product. YouTube stop.
Oops.
Windows
Out of
Electronic
edit,
101 active
server.
channel. Is it just me? Or does this voice seem to be more on the flirtatious tone when it is expressive with those exclamation
9
points?
mentions.
Maybe.
Button close. Max minimum just read and chat read tech feed voice code convert kit button conversation 2 kit conversation converse
Mackenzie has joined the channel.
Okay.
Tammy A, please, this is very family-friendly channel.
You know, Yeah, I kind of have to, like, I don't want to try doing it all the time, but, like, keep it to a minimum level.
Charlie's random world of nonsense. No! Oh.
Yeah, Windows, if you want to join the VC, you most certainly can. I am
conversation
Alex
1
Chapman G4
Whoa!
has joined the
Hi,
channel.
Alex.
Hello. I just noticed you were on here, and I just said to Xavier and the others, I think something's going on in the NVGT development server, so I'm going to head over there. See you guys. And I just came
Yeah,
over here.
Kind of decided I'd come over here and...
Yeah, I mean,
Charlie's random
earlier
world
on
of
was a bit
nonsense.
crazy
Hey!
an hour or so ago,
Stop!
because Chloe had another outburst. Me and everyone else were trying to tell her to
Oh,
actually
dear.
sort herself out, and... yeah.
And I did tell YouTube that I cannot stream tomorrow because 2 people are streaming. You wanna know? You wanna guess who they are?
Cookie and Norge. Wait, hold on. Are you still streaming now? That's cool.
Yeah, I started streaming a few minutes ago actually, and I just told Windows that if he wanted to join, he can.
Oh, nice.
I don't know
Noisy,
if
noisy.
you already knew you were gonna be on
Conversation
Windows
1 voice
Electronic 101.
And
Ha, you
speaking of
jinxed it.
Windows, looks who's gonna join next? Sam Toopy himself. Let's not.
I
jinx
accidentally misspelled it when I showcased that. I accidentally misspelled it, and somebody corrected me.
Oops.
Whoopsie. Whoopsie.
And Mastodon just went ding da da ding ding ding. Okay, I'm done.
Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding.
And you already know you were on stream, Windows and Alex, so I didn't have to tell you, but Sam, Toopy, and the others, I will tell them if they do.
Yeah, in fact, hold on. I think there's like a button somewhere called channel status. Hang on, let me see if I can find that, unless it's...
This is the only... Yeah, we pretty much took over the NVGT server. Well, VC, I mean.
Well, conversation 1, that is.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, sorry, Sam and... Sam and Ethan and... Yvonne and the others, but,
Marley Russell. Hey, what are you talking
Should
to
be
Alex
a
on? I
way
want to
of
join.
changing-
we're on
set
a
a channel
Discord.
status.
We're on the
Status.
NVGT Discord server. which I don't
Select emoji.
think you have. I really hope. Let's just hope things don't get too chaotic in the VC because I can't. I can't handle too many people in, like, the VC.
I mean, you were fine with it before. I mean, it's
Yeah,
it's
but,
fine,
like,
you know.
Sometimes I try my best to cope with
You-
it. But if
I think she's referring to that incident Chloe lashed out the other day.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
well, not really just that.
Well,
There were
speak it-
times where Cookie's streams. Yeah, I kind of had to take like a 5-minute break for a minute just to calm myself down sometimes, because sometimes overload can be. I have this problem and I can't handle too much loud noise. And like if something like even a vacuum cleaner just kind of gives me sensory overload because it's just so loud. Don't get me started on vacuum cleaners. There's some we have one that's
You can control. You actually can control the volume of the individual people
yeah,
on
true.
the thing.
You can do that on Team
You can
Talk
even
as
you can
well.
you can even over boost it if you want it. Not that you'd want to, but you can actually over boost it 200%.
Oof,
Oh yeah,
That would
I remember
make
that.
my ears
But yeah,
bleed.
but yeah, Windows. Speaking of Chloe having an outburst, she did that in another server earlier on, and I had to deal with that again. Ugh.
And I don't know if
Yeah, it's
Nash wants
becoming
to join the VC. I don't know if he's busy. But I think chat just went dead.
Conversation 1
Oh,
voice chat.
here's Matthew.
Mad Gamer, you're on stream by the. Oh, wait, is
I
it
wouldn't
Mad
be able
Gamer?
to tell because I can't have the volume on YouTube and this as well. Otherwise, there'd be an echo. So
Yeah. and
Oh yeah.
Besides, we can't hear anything else besides your voice. So you're-
Hola. Can you
Hi.
hear me?
yes, we can, Mad
Yeah.
Gamer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of which, Alex, I started my playthrough for Manamon on my channel, but Stupid here made a mistake yesterday and accidentally the BRB scene was playing, so one of the loops from the BG2 Orchestral Pack was playing, and I unintentionally did that. Oops. And I really don't want to have to remake the video. I really don't want to have to remake the video because I literally just made a save. Unless I can somehow edit it out.
Microsoft and hi.
I literally just
Yeah, unless you can somehow edit it out.
I
mean,
I really don't want to have to
Way.
redo the video because I literally just got so far. Well,
ew, these ads. I hate that they've got ads in these voice channels now.
wait, what? Ads? Wait, ads in voice chat? What?
Like, hey, I'm looking for something to do. That's annoying. Like, don't tell me that.
Ugh. It's a good thing Team Talk doesn't do that. Like it's ever going to, though.
No, but Team Talk, it's like it gets updates so infrequently. It's like I don't know how long it's going to even continue to be supported for. I mean, we've been hearing rumors about it being like the updates being discontinued and stuff, and people been stuck on some sort of version thingy and whatnot. But I don't know.
The classic client for accessibility is gone.
That's what I mean. So.
Meanwhile, I've gone ahead and started making. Well,
Molly
I've
Russell.
already
I looked for it.
pre-made them and everything.
I
They're all
couldn't find
scheduled
it.
to upload.
I did
OS
find
First
something
Timer
related to G4P to
AI
the official
covers
server on my
of the
Discord, but I
various
want to
Suno
join you
songs that
guys.
they did with various models.
Oh, nice.
Conversation
Mad Gamer has
1.
left the channel.
Bye,
bye-bye.
Mad Gamer. But speaking of my Manamon playthroughs, not only will Matt be able to help me, Alex, but guess who will also be able to help me since, Matt, I know he has his program, and yeah. Guess who
Cookie.
will also be able to help?
Cookie.
Yep. But, yeah. I'm surprised. Let's see if I can jinx when Sam, Sam, no, not Microsoft Sam. Okay, I'm done. I had to do that. I think we all know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, Sam too.
Which Microsoft Sam? SAPI 4, SAPI 5, SAPI 5 Vista?
Not Microsoft Sam, we're
SAPI 3,
talking about...
believe it or not, there is a SAPI 3 version of Microsoft SAM. It's not supposed to
Molly
exist,
Russell,
but if you
can you
accidentally
invite me
install
to the
it
server
when
you
you
are
have
on?
SAPI 4 installed, you get it.
Oh, so no wonder
Charlie's
how...
Random World of Nonsense. Oh hey Marley.
No wonder why in one of Sam Joe's videos, I'm not going to explain the entire story, there was a SAPI 3... I kind of figured there was a SAPI 3 version, but...
The reason why you're able to do that is because the SAPI 3 and SAPI 4 engines are so similar to each other to the point where if you install one, it overwrites the other. That's why the Microsoft voices go haywire when you try to install another one on top of the other one.
I wonder if Acapella does the same. I wonder if there was like it had a SAPI 3 Acapella thingy secretly.
SAPI 3 is Microsoft only. It only
Oh.
affects the Microsoft voices.
I know downloading different versions of Acapella can conflict. Funnily enough, though, Ivona from Harpo and the regular Ivona, they do not conflict with each other. They can coexist with each other.
There is actually a thing where you can have the original. I don't have these anymore, but you have the original versions of the Ivona voices, and then you have Ivona 2. But you can have both of them coexist, and you'll notice that there is actually significant differences in how they say things.
Oh, yes.
Speaking of the Ivona 2 voices, the non-Harpo version, like, I can only seem to get the 32-bit thing, the 32-bit, crack thing to work. Like, the 64-bit thing just doesn't seem to work. It just throws errors whenever the 64-bit thing works, which is why I need to reinstall the
I wouldn't worry about it. Here's why. Pretty much most, if not all, like text-to-speech software is going to use the 32-bit API anyway, so it's going to pull from that older list of voices, but that's not really knocking anything or putting anybody at a disadvantage because 32-bit actually happens to have more voices than 64-bit. As far as I'm aware, there's no 64-bit exclusive voices.
It's just like I remember one time trying to load. Oh god, I'm trying to think what it was.
So like you can't get 64-bit LH Michael and LH Michelle. That's just not a thing.
No,
And
you
if you try to
can't.
manually put them into when you try to manually put them into the registry, you get the classic "this voice cannot be played" error. So I just wouldn't bother. It's the
Yeah.
reason
Yeah.
why Model Talker. One of the voices, there's an issue with one of the voices. I don't remember which one it is, but it will install itself to
New
the
notification
64-bit
from
registry. It's not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be on the 32-bit registry. But because it put itself in the 64-bit registry, it crashes the entire engine because it's a 32-bit voice and it shouldn't be in the 64-bit list of voices. So when it's selected,
yeah, this is
crashes the
going.
entire engine.
That could create problems because I know you changed your TTS voice to one of them, but honestly, I don't think
So
that was a good
you gotta go
idea.
ahead. You have to go ahead and well, it wasn't Jake. It was one of the other ones. You had to go ahead. I think it was the sample TTS voice actually. You had to go ahead and you had to delete it from the 64-bit registry and then put it manually in the 32-bit registry to fix that. So there is a fix, but you gotta be
I
careful.
would rather not mess with it if I can help it because. Yeah, that's going to create huge problems. I'd rather not mess with it if I can help it because.
What's weird though is it's only that voice. Like the other two voices that are available don't do that. It's tied to that specific voice.
That's weird. I wonder if in the future we're going to get new SAPI 5 neural engines that maybe even like free or I don't know, or like maybe. I know Sonata is not available
what I
for
was just saying.
SAPI just yet.
They should get on that because it is open source. So I mean, nothing's really stopping them from doing that.
Yeah, I think. I'm not too sure. I mean, worst comes to worst. Maybe Sam Toopy can make a SAPI installer for these voices. Because, like you just said, it is open source.
White's Blind World Sonata is very glitchy.
It may or may not involve completely rewriting the API though, because we don't. Like, I don't know specifically exactly how it was made. I just know that it's open source. So the entire architecture might be different.
It does use eSpeak as a base, sort of, like for something. Someone told me that. So it sounds like it's probably possible. I'm not too sure.
The NVDA versions.
Well,
the
Blind World, wait, is
NVDA
it
versions
Windows?
of the ASpeak voices are compatible with SAPI 5 because I've actually copied and pasted those in there. That's how I was able to get all of those.
You
hold on. I
actually.
was wondering how you would actually do that. I've been wondering how you actually. I suppose you have to install the eSpeak 1.5 blah blah setup thing and then copy the thingies to the right directory. I guess. God, my voice then. I ended up sounding like you then, Windows, with my voice going like in the thingy then.
Yeah. And, yeah, I wonder how.
Kemi, for those that use an iPhone, apparently, it's been update after update since May of 2023 and RH Voice still doesn't have any English voices.
We're not getting RH Voice English voices anytime soon. On iOS.
Well, not unless someone actually decides to actually make another RH Voice app. Like, you know, if anything, any of us, in theory, could do that, and then all I would have to do is just get the Apple
Yeah.
developer program.
You know,
shit,
I
and
think this is the problem with the iPhone is they opened the API up way too late. So when they finally said we're going to announce it, you only get like a couple people who end up on board with it because Acapella was like, "Oh, we're not going to do it. Why would we?"
I mean, Acapella is
Sarah
just
Proc
they're
did,
weird.
but you probably shouldn't use Sarah Proc with iOS. From what I heard, it's really glitchy.
I can't even find Sarah Proc in the.
I think
Hang on,
it's
how is it spelled?
called Sarah Play. It's CEREPLAY. I don't know. I don't know if it's available in the App
But-
Store anymore.
But what we're talking about is like having those voices system-wide available. So like VoiceForge, yeah, that exists, but it doesn't take effect on the actual system settings, system level.
Yeah. So, just out of total curiosity, why don't the Mac voices say, you have selected this
Kemi,
one
let me see this.
voice as the computer's default voice on Mac OS? I mean, yeah, that sounds like stealing from Microsoft, but
Well, two reasons actually. One of them is because Apple started their TTS before Microsoft did, and Apple already pasted theirs off of Soft Voice, which is why they sound identical. But they wanted to really make text-to-speech interesting. They didn't want to have it like be this mundane tool. That's why you have all these novelty voices and all of these weird like samples that play. I mean, they've even changed. They've taken kind of a little bit of a throwback to that now when they updated Siri. So now the whole response is the colors of the sky fade with the setting sun as the stars begin to shine through the clear night. Instead of this generic, "Hello, my name's Siri."
which I
Yeah.
kind of get why. Which I really-
Sarah Play. Sorry, Sarah Play is in the App Store. I'm just having a look, and I looked at the prices for the thingy. They're only 99p per voice, which is actually pretty decent. Whereas, like on Android, it's like the vocalizer things were like more than that. They were like £3.99.
Which I was like, screw it, I'm not getting that engine.
Kemi, I just checked, and it is available in the App Store.
Yes, it is. Alex just checked.
But I guess they don't really need to, because for iPhone, they don't need to put Vocalizer on the iPhone because it's already built in. So why would they do that?
Well, no, I think he was talking about on Android. Vocalizer on Android, which is sadly going to be, let's just say it's going to be, which basically,
Preview the.
Chemia said that all of the engines on Android except for was it eSpeak and RH Voice were being discontinued
Ooh.
because
That's-
they changed in Android 13. They
Yes,
changed everything.
pretty
They
much,
changed
yeah.
how the whole thing works.
which the Sarah Proc voices do work on Android, but from what someone told me, or from what some people told me, they are laggy, so you probably shouldn't. I haven't tried using, I've never tried, less ever installed the Sarah Proc voices on Windows. I don't know how laggy they are there.
Kemi, Owen Eloquence on Android is
I
dead.
think people.
You see?
I think people were probably.
This is what
'cause there's
happens when
voice
Code
quality
Factory
options
doesn't
they've
even
got.
upgrade to 64-bit.
Hang on.
That app is 32-bit.
Yeah, there's
I
different
thought
options that you can
balance
use, but I remember
screen reader.
it's important to choose the right one because when I installed Catherine, you were given a list of like multiple options, and if you didn't install the right one, then the system error, the classic this voice
Cammy A,
cannot be
and now
played,
you
error
need a
would be
device
met.
that is on
Conversation.
Android 12 just to use
Guy has
it.
joined the
Like the
chat.
Cat
who
S62
just
Flip on
joined?
Android 11.
Alex Chapman. Kit
Who
Matt-
else?
off-
Oh, by the
Um,
way, Matt,
Let me.
I think you already know that you're on stream, so I thought for a second I
Wait,
almost
wait, wait.
thought
Who's streaming?
me.
Oh, okay. That's fine then. Oh no, my phone's at 4%. I better plug it the bitch in.
But yeah, I've never. I think
Y'all,
the
what
best.
the hell are we streaming?
It's just a random stream. It's
What, just a random stream where you're all whacking yourselves? I'm kidding you.
No. Back to what. Yeah, I
Cammy A, I'm on here as well.
But, I'd rather if I was to use Seroprog, I'd probably use the unit selection version and not the neural version, and here's why. From
You do-
what?
The neural version. Can I just say something? I'm sorry.
What?
Can I just say the neural version of Seroproc? Dude, whoever likes that, just please go stick that up your ass, because that version just sounds like somebody, like that sounds like a lot of the voices used in there have drank a whole gallon of fucking beer and then consumed a bunch of weed, and then, well, you know the rest.
Careful, careful. We don't want to get flagged.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I'd rather use the
Give me
unit
a hey
selection.
guys, and what the heck is that sound scheme?
I just
You modified your YouTube to Sorry.
it's fine.
Wrong bloody button. I want-
25 your time. Because
But yeah, let's just say, I don't know how much it's gonna cost you to buy it for Windows. Not you, Windows. I'm talking about the OS. It's gonna get confusing. Alex, but I think it's like 40 something.
Hmm.
So, I don't know if it's a good idea.
what's available in the App Store? I don't get it. I missed a lot.
Seraplay, for the Seraprog
Seraplay.
voices.
And 99p per voice. Like I already tested out one of the British voices. I think it's called Amy. I actually quite like that. I might try and
Question. So does this work for? If I may ask, does this work with voiceover or?
Yes, because they have a quality setting that says.
Well,
screen reader.
holy farting donkeys on a stick! What the hell? And may I say,
Yeah. English.
by the way, RH Voice, I agree with Kimi A. RH Voice has still not added any English voices, for fuck's sake.
They're not doing that
Hmm.
anytime soon.
Fucking.
And yeah, it's only 99 pence. You know,
But
screw it.
RH Voice is open source, right? So like anybody could kind of like take over development of that if they wanted to, but they would just need to get approved by Apple and put it on their app store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you've
I
got
mean,
Why
if each voice costs like $1, I mean, I'd say fuck that. I'll just do it. I mean, what do I?
Yeah, I mean,
what
They
do I
cost
got?
like
I mean,
40 something for Windows, I think. So, good luck.
dude, I'd much rather have the iOS version than the Windows version because I mean. Sorry about that.
Stupid
Sorry, I'm
background
literally
noise.
downloading
I'm
Seproc
going to.
Amy.
What did I do?
Not you, not you, not you. I'm just.
Oh, Matt, you'll be glad that you wasn't around in the VC on your server earlier on. I had to deal with Chloe having another outburst.
Oh,
and
fucking great.
speaking of you, Matt, guess who is
Kemi
also...
and about Eloquence on Android. Is Eloquence even open source?
Doubt
Because
it.
someone
sorry, I have
needs
to
to
have-
make a Judith
I have to have
repository that
something to
upgrades
drink
Eloquence
because
synth
I have been
libraries to the
parched all day.
64-bit
I've been
architecture.
stressed because of all this bullshit that's been flying around.
I was
Wait,
gonna
what?
say...
What bullshit?
Just all of the fucking stupid, like, drama and stuff that's been going on lately.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean,
what I was going to say was, let's just, guess who will also be able to help me in my Manamon playthroughs, as well as you, Matt, since I know you have a program to do during the week.
Conversation
Manny has
1.
joined the channel.
You're on stream, by the way, Manny.
Hi.
Yes, and you're on stream, by the way.
right, let me just... Voices.
Characters. Speech. Heading.
Yo! That sounds laggy as a motherfucker.
50%. Characters. Edit. Speech. Voiceover.
What is that?
Settings.
Sarah Proc.
Active.
They need to fix a
How?
little bit of a bug there that's making it a little bit laggy.
I know the Heather voice is not laggy, though.
Swipe up with 3 fingers.
You know, they
to
give that
Podium.
voice to you for free if you sign up for, like, if you're, like, part of a college program or something.
Active. Single. Brazilian. Austrian.
Hold on.
American.
Hold on. Heather, is that an American and is that a US English one? or
That's
is that-
Scottish.
Scottish.
UK.
Scottish.
Yes, Scottish, pretty much. And I know that the Sarah Proc voices used to be on Mike 9012's thing, but I know he was
Kemi
all of
and how do
them.
you
He
get
only
even able to
had
announce whether
Catherine,
someone on
Dodo,
Discord joined
and
or left?
some third voice that I forgot the name of.
I
It was
think
a French
Nicole.
voice. I remember that. Yeah, that one I'm pretty sure.
I don't think you can get these anymore, so yeah, I
Um,
think
The
I
Heather
don't-
voice isn't even showing up on here.
Jack Jack.
Unless Scottish is a separate language header.
Irish. Japanese.
Well, it's organized by language. So you have English US at the top, and you got to scroll down. I think it's the last one right, just above the novelty voices.
Down track. Scottish. English. True. Dodo. Heather. 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 Button. Activate to dismiss.
What can also get complicated is there is actually a Scottish heading as well
The Heather
that's
voice.
got Fiona in it. I don't know why they separated them.
Install
It's a
the
kit bot.
Oh, the Heather voice is free. Holy shit.
It's a kip
Huh?
because Kimi asked, how do I,
Activate.
and how do you
dismiss
get Ivana and Amy to announce whether someone on
Button.
Discord?
Oh, let me just actually let me make sure I'm
Yeah,
not installing
Yeah, Kimie, that's the kit bot.
Myri. Heather.
it's actually, I think
Yeah.
Kemi,
for,
how do you modify all those sound schemes?
Sorry guys, hang on.
you can change the sounds in the actual sounds folder in VTube. Uh-oh.
Conversation 1.
By the way,
Oh,
you're on
hey.
stream, but hi.
Thanks for letting me know.
If you don't feel comfortable on stream,
Yeah, I really appreciate you letting me know. That's definitely keep doing that. I appreciate it. No, I'll chill for just a few minutes, just seeing what's up, and
See a play. Download is at 3%.
Search
Yeah.
for Sarah Play.
By the way, Sam, I'm trying out this Sear Play thing, which is basically Sarah Proc voices
dear.
on iOS.
Looks like all the Mac voices are gone.
I think Nico's Mac took a.
Kemi A, did you even back up the original
Oh yeah,
sounds?
Heather is a actually Heather is a free voice.
Like, wait.
I'm pretty sure that's the only freebie that you get though.
Kimie says, "Did you even back up the original sounds?" Yes, I'm sure she probably did.
Yeah.
And even then, I have a version that's the x86 version that has the original sounds, so I could just send those to her if possible.
Probably run
I
the-
still
the
have.
provider on your Mac.
I still have the zipped version, so you're good.
Navigation. Button. App switcher. See play.
Open setting.
Yeah, see, the only problem with adding all of these voices from that website over to that collection is I won't have a universal cloud storage place to put those, because last time I
Kenneth
started
the
a
awesome
collection,
blind guy. What are you
Last
on
time I
right
started a
now?
Try
collection,
Onward Cloud.
yeah,
Kenneth the awesome
Kenneth,
blind guy
we're
says,
on
"What are you
Discord."
on right now?" We are on Discord.
Yeah, let's. Yeah. So one thing that we need to be careful about when sharing the server is that people know that it's a server for the gaming engine. Like, I think some people join the server thinking that
Kemi
it's
A,
like that
oh my
Star is
god,
one
that
of the
sounds
main
like
things
English
here,
Samantha
but when
except
it's
from
actually
Scotland
off
Low.
topic. So that's fine if people, but like, people need to realize what the server is mainly for. You know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they.
But like, I don't mind conversations happening here. Don't get me wrong. Just so long as people understand what's up here, instead
Yeah,
of.
that's why thankfully there's separate channels for
Speech.
that.
Heading. Voiceover.
I'll probably start updating Star again pretty soon because I recently added stuff to NVGT that allows me to do that aforementioned password authentication and all the stuff I was talking about, and I might rewrite the client in Python anyway, which would mean that it would have a visual UI.
Kemi
I've
A,
noticed
I
a
highly
bug
doubt
that
that someone will
sometimes
make
the
a new
Mac
speech
they
engine for
don't
iOS.
respond to
I
the
don't think that's
rate
gonna
tag.
happen.
Like you'll set
They
the
don't
rate to
respond to
10.
what's up now.
They don't respond to the rate tag sometimes. It's not all the time, but it appears to be like when you're putting certain numbers in there, it doesn't respond to the rate tag.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't. I can try finding a different TTS library in Python. That's like, because most of it's not Star. Most of it, like anything that's going wrong, would just be in that particular provider running on Mac OS. So we can, like, I can see if I can find.
Yeah,
a
because I
different-
think it was neat.
I'll be back in a while.
Provider destroyed
Okay.
itself.
Conversation
The awesome guy
1.
has left the
Well,
channel.
it's not even the provide. Or I mean, like, it's not one person's provider. It's the provider script on Mac OS. Like we're using PyTTSX, like the Python module. So if that
So
module
that's
is breaking
why
that tag,
the Mac voices are
That's why the Mac
Down.
voices aren't changing.
oh no, they're down because someone's not. No Macs are connected right now. That's why they're down right now. I might connect mine in a little bit. We'll see. The reason I don't connect mine right now is because my eloquence is very broken.
The other thing that we should probably be careful with is I did see that macOS 15.1 has gotten rid of the ability to install unsigned apps.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, that's not good.
Should be a way to brute force bypass that.
With the
That's
terminal.
new.
With the terminal, but that involves completely disabling the gatekeeper.
Well, I have an Apple developer account for at least a few more months, so I mean, I'll probably learn how to do that. That's good to know, actually. Thanks for letting me know that. I have to do
Conversation 1.
Adrian has joined the channel.
You're on
I need-
stream if you're gonna be here.
Yeah, I even set what's called a channel status thing where it says, I think I put something like Mackenzie's Live Luli or something. There's like a channel status feature on Discord.
So don't.
I don't think people know. I think it's still best to say it verbally, though, because I don't know if anybody knows where that is, like, to see it. Like, I didn't know where to look for that. I just saw there were users here, and then I joined.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I definitely...
And
Whoa.
RH voice
RH
is
on iOS.
going
Oh,
off.
yeah, that's my phone.
Wait, Wait, you managed to get some kind of RH English voice or something? I don't know. Or was you just
Yeah,
using
you can get RH. Well, it's Android.
Oh, you're using Android now.
Yep. I have an iPhone. I'm gonna try getting NVGT to run on iOS soon enough.
Oh,
Even use, you can even use the Microsoft voices on Android.
Oh yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can.
With that multi TTS thing.
Yeah.
I wonder how good a Star client
The
is gonna
ELT
be in
Nation,
Python.
hello.
That's gonna be interesting. I didn't want
Hi.
to do it because
Hi
I was
there.
worried that like pressing Control Up arrow, I wouldn't be able to silence the screen reader as it's trying to read the previous line with TTS. Whereas with my own virtual form control, that's not a problem. So I might just maintain 2 clients
Yeah.
and just have a client that's best for sighted people to use and a client that uses virtual forms for blind people to use.
Oh yeah, that way the Python client, I could just
Conversation one.
Make the Python one fully accessible, which I
Whoever
probably
is joining,
You're on stream.
you're on stream.
I am.
Oh, it's
Okay. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's me.
yeah. Just be
I know
careful. You're on
I know I
stream.
am. I know I am. That's why the mute button exists.
I didn't expect you to be here.
A thief. Why would I be a thief?
No, I
No.
didn't expect you to be on the server.
Oh wait, you did. Oh, whoa. Okay. I just looked it up on Google. That's all I did. Found the homepage. Not that there's anything wrong with it, is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
no, there's nothing wrong with joining the server just so long as you know what it's for. Like, so a lot of people lately have been joining because of the STAR program, which is okay. Please don't get me wrong or think that you're not welcome. Everybody's welcome here. But just so everybody knows, always talk about STAR in the off-topic channel, and that it's mostly a server revolving around the non-visual gaming toolkit as opposed to this program that just kind of started up as on the side. It just kind of, I just kind of noticed that a lot of people enjoyed making TTS productions, and I was like, man, it's painful using Balabolka. So I just made this program for a few people, and then I guess everybody loved it. And right now, this is the only place to download binary releases. Until I get more infrastructure set up. I didn't really expect it to explode so thoroughly, I guess. So now I have to finish do all the polishing a lot earlier than intended. Like everything and get binary releases somewhere other than a Discord server where people might not be interested in the main purpose behind the Discord server.
Right.
About that, not in regards to the server, but I might have inadvertently exacerbated that by literally advertising the program on my own channel.
Yeah, and that's okay. Like I said, everybody is totally welcome here, just so long as people kind of have a grasp of what's up here, and we don't start getting a bunch of chatter about STAR in the general channel or stuff like that. Just so long as the coding spaces aren't interrupted and whatnot.
Yeah.
The best thing to do.
And also, we need to be careful as well. We don't want any sharing of like voice cracks or anything here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to judge or go against any such thing right now by saying anything. I know everybody can do their thing, but not just here. Don't share any links to such things like that. So I'm gonna add password authentication to STAR soon. And then people can set up their own private servers, kind of like a Team Talk server or a private Discord server. You would set up your own STAR server,
Which we're going to have to get Nash on here in a few.
I just don't want to be responsible for any of that stuff,
I wonder if maybe with this growing so much larger
Conversation
now,
one.
that it probably should just be a separate server for STAR.
Bye now.
And, like if it grows too large.
Well, it might. I mean, I'm not opposed to such a thing happening. Just like I said, I'm kind of dealing with shell shock isn't quite the right word, but just I'm just like, whoa, phase.
Surprised it's so popular. I mean,
Well,
it's
yeah,
kinda-
I was trying to make a program for a few people. You know, I figured it would get it to a few groups. But one thing that I need, and I'll stress it more in the README, and I will make tutorials. I want to make that clear. I will make it as easy as I can for people to set up. But one thing that I must stress is I made this for small friend groups, TTS productions. I did not make this for a gigantic public server. If somebody wants to try to host that, I'm not going to try to stop them. It's public domain.
Which
but
I
just can't
think
be
we're going to have to
responsible
get
for that.
Nash on here soon, so he
The
can.
ELT Nation, how was your day
I
going
will
so
make
far?
it's not going to be that different. Like, I'll make podcasts.
It's going good.
People learn better with
Okay,
audio,
so
and some people learn better with text. And so at some point I'll make like audio tutorials and text tutorials on how to set up the entire infrastructure, what all the configuration things mean. Like, I'll make sure that you don't have to actually modify any configuration files except for the actual server. Like, the only complicated part's going to be the server. And then everything else is going to be relatively, like, from complicated to least complicated. There's the coagulator. That's something that you probably need some technical expertise to get it running on a server that you have. Provider, the only thing you might have to edit in a configuration file or something, and I might make a configuration program, I don't know, but you know, just the host and port to connect to, but which is no more difficult than like a Team Talk server or something like that. And then that would connect your voices to that coagulator, and then the client, you know, start.exe, you would be able to click settings, and then you just be able to type in the whatever the server host, and it would just be one string. So like the server, whoever hosts the coagulator would send you a string. You're like, oh yep, okay, you just paste that in, and
So
it just works.
if you have to use a different, TTS library, does this mean you may have to pull from NVDA? Like,
Well, I don't know. We can't synthesize to a file from NVDA. I mean, there will be various because what I suspect is that like various people who know each other who do this TTS stuff, when you put them together, when you gather them together, that's plenty of voices. You're gonna get like most of the spectrum of available voices when you connect just like 5 or 6 people who do these TTS things. That group is going to have among them most of what they need to do their productions. And again, that's what this was meant for. I wasn't, because there's genuine license implications that start coming up. And again, I'm not trying to whoa anybody for not using legal voices or whatever. I can't, it's, I'm not trying to be some parent here. That's not my goal. But I'm not going to be responsible for that. That's not why I didn't make this program to break Apple's license agreement. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I get it. But me and Mackenzie just
Conversation one.
hang on.
Just
whoever
went to watch
joined-
the
Arian
stream.
knows.
Oh,
It's Arian again. You already told him.
yeah.
Anyway,
I'm just trying.
Anyway, so
Yeah, it's
So was the-
appreciated
We
for
take,
sure.
yeah, we
so was that Sam
actually.
Toopy
Oh
that
my
was
voice.
talking?
My voice sounded so terrible on this screen.
Oh damn.
I mean,
Anyway.
I'm fine.
But also,
Or
So,
what I
say,
Sorry, I was gonna say,
Oh.
another thing is if you wanted to make TTS videos and you don't know how to start up a coagulator and you don't know anybody else that does, you're pretty much screwed and you're kind of stuck with Bella Boca at that point because
Well, no, because you can just again. There will be I know that the archive is pretty bare right now, but remember
you.
how infancy stages this program is. Once I'm done documenting and making tutorials and stuff, you can run everything on your local computer. Yeah, you won't have as big of a voice library if you do that, but you can, Nico did this, for example. You can run everything on your own local network. So say one of your family members has a MacBook even, and then you have a bunch of voices on your computer, you can just run the coagulator on your computer, which is, it'll be pretty simple to do that. It's not going to be, it won't take like 20 minutes. It'll be simple, and I can compile it just like I did with the balcony program. So it'll be nice and simple to.
I had another question. Now this may be very complicated.
So 1 second, who else was trying to speak though? Someone else was trying to say something earlier.
I was trying to say that. Is that Sam that was talking?
I'm Sam.
You're Sam Toopy. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Didn't know that. Anyway, so I originally in 2018 had a YouTube channel called TTS User. And what I would do is I would just record my computer. Wait, hold on a second.
I'll tell them the rest. So yeah, he would do that, and then
Conversation
he had
1 voice.
Oh, I guess he left.
Yeah, Arian left. Arian left.
Arian has a.
I didn't
Arian's
leave.
internet can.
Oh
No,
no,
Arian
I thought,
left.
I thought, yeah, I don't know. I didn't know who left, but
Yeah, you're good.
yeah. Let's just say after the one TTS skit I did with the NVGT fallback voice, he has decided, hey, you know what? Why not we work on TTS skits together? And I agreed to do that. My thing is wait, so another question I had was, so like, will you be able to make a coagulator from your IP? Like,
Yeah, and that's and I'll make all like anyone who can forward ports. Just like if you can host a crazy party server, for example,
or
you
a
would
Palace
be able to
Punch
host
Up
a
game. So it's basically kind of like Palace
right,
Punch Up.
yeah, that's even a better example. If you can host a punch up game, you can host a coagulator that people can
Okay.
connect to. Yeah,
And as
so
well,
it's not like very difficult. It's going to be even easier than setting up a Team Talk server.
I bet. And yeah, I don't know what happened with Nico's Mac, but I guess it just I guess he had to.
He probably just has to restart it or something like that, or
Because the Mac
back on. Maybe
well,
he
the Mac
rebooted
voices haven't been back on for a while, so my guess is he either had to upgrade, or I don't even know.
For whatever reason, he had to take the coag offline.
Yeah, like I said, that's the thing I'm worried about. That macOS 15.1 breaks compatibility with unsigned apps.
I think he ran it from source, so like Python is signed, and then you could run Python scripts, which you can run the provider as a Python script.
Yeah. But with all things that Apple does, people find a way. There are ways to brute force around it and stuff like that.
I'm sure he probably. So, for example, my guess is, I bet it's much more simple than that. I'm guessing he probably restarted his Mac, and he doesn't have the provider set to launch on startup, and he just forgot to restart it. That's my guess for
my theory was he probably had to update or something.
Yeah. Speaking of running on startup, I actually did this neat little thing where I created a shortcut file for the balcony exe that's located within Star, and then I went into run and put shell : startup, and I put the shortcut for balcony in there so that every time I log on, so like if I have to restart for whatever reason or whatever, after I log on, it will launch it up.
Yep, and then later, once another version comes out with encryption and passwords, we'll figure out where to go from there, where you want to connect, and I'll make it so that you can do command line parameters as well, so that like if you want to provide your voices to multiple different places at the same time, you'll be able to do that. Like you'd be able to run multiple balconies. with different ones connecting to different coagulators if you're trying to do that. But
That's cool, because I think at some point I am thinking, of trying to sort out a coagulator that will run off of, because I don't even have an actual server thing set up on galaxy4productions.com. I do have the domain for it, I just don't have a server yet.
I can
So
I
that's
can help
locally
you
owned.
if you want. Like I can definitely when the time comes, I can probably help you set that stuff up.
Yeah, because I'm thinking of like hosting a coag on, some way on my Galaxy 4 Productions thing, and then, because what I'm also thinking of doing is like, once we get to a thingy where we like run multiple thingies from on different thingies, because what I was thinking is, because I have like all those things like the online voices and a couple of extra little tidbits. Not many of us have. I want to try and like run both my provider on my own thing and also on sam2p.com, so that you and anyone else that also not using something else like Galaxy 4 Productions, you're not missing out.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely possible.
And
We'll
another
just be able
thing
make
I
it so that
wanted
you
to
can-
say
you would just be able
is,
to, like you have that target field with the shortcut. You'd be able to type arguments in there, like dash u, and then probably you just run the client, and then you'd probably just give a URL. Like and it's so how like you were talking about people. So how like everybody kind of how it's easy to find out about https://website.com. And
or
you kinda
website. It's not
Right,
always
so-
.com. It could
Right,
also
so
be.
this URL format is kind of the
Yeah.
same. So HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. WS stands for WebSocket. So if you see WSS:// that means WebSocket Secure:// and then it's username: password at host. Like,
What does the
at
S in like
website.com.
HTTPS stand
That's
for?
secure. So
Secure.
like Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure, or we use WebSockets with star, so it's WebSocket Secure: username: password at, and then like website.com, and then usually we
happened?
host it on a different port. Huh? Oh.
Some weird noise. I also wanted to ask, some people are better off with the command lines, like for the entire star program. Some people like Nash just want a terminal and that's it. They don't want this UI. So I feel like there should probably be a command line based like version of this program.
Some things do have a command line version. Some things do have a command line utility.
I mean, honestly, at that point, Nash can just connect to it using like some sort of WebSocket program, and you can just send some basic JSON and capture the audio data he receives. But I get your point. Like, it would be better to have a program. Like, at some point, we'll make one.
Yeah, I just think command line is kind of the least of our thingies at the minute, because more people would prefer either a virtual UI or a full UI. Like, for example, excuse me. For example, I know, like once the Python version of the client gets thingied, that'll make it easier because I know exactly who would definitely benefit from this. Dave Madsen himself, because then he doesn't have to bother doing everything line by line with Balaboka. Like, literally, because he's sighted as well, actually just be able to like click paste, click paste, click the button, boom boom. It'll just literally take that extra half an hour or however long it would take him for him to put stuff together in Balaboka. It would shrink that down to like just a few minutes.
That would make people knowing to use TTS a lot more happier. Because we all know what happens with Samjo. That guy lost motivation because you know how long it takes to do that. Balaboka.
Dude, that's why that's why I stopped making them, bro. Like, now I'm making them again. I had okay, I got distracted browsing sounds lately, but I'm making a really fun TTS production now, because that's one of the reasons I was so excited to make this, because I didn't want to deal with that crap, like either lining in my speech or doing it with Balabo, whatever one it is. I just didn't want to deal with that. And I was like, okay, then you have
Honestly-
different computers with different
Conversation
voices.
1 voice.
I was
What?
going to say, I was
Manny.
going to say,
Manuel.
honestly, cross A, the people
Cross
behind,
platform?
yeah, or no, not cross platform. What I mean is,
Oh.
the people who made Balaboka just need to discontinue the
regular
UI.
interface.
Yeah, they just need to they need to just render it discontinued at this point, because they've got a competitor.
Well, okay, it's good for
No.
what it's good for. Like, okay, to be fair to Balabolka here, they're for different purposes. Like, I think Balabolka was created for like synthesizing audiobooks and like long sequences of text, like hundreds of kilobytes maybe, making hours of output. Whereas Star is meant specifically for this purpose of doing TTS audio skit production. So like, or in other words, it would be it's always kind of been a misuse of Balabolka in a way to use it for TTS skit production, just as it would be a misuse of Star to use it for synthesizing a long audiobook, because you would be hogging everybody's bandwidth.
Yeah.
And there are glitches in Balabolka that have actually pushed people to go back to Speakonia, an outdated program.
Oh no.
So, with like sentence pausing issues and stuff. So,
Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, you could synthesize long bits of text with Star using a local like if you set everything up locally. You probably just don't want to, because Star is specifically designed for this goal of TTS audio skits. It very intentionally does not compress. Oh shit. Ooh, sorry, a smoke alarm started to go off for a second. It very intentionally it intentionally does not compress the audio that it transmits.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
I think. Yeah, I think, I just kind of like, my brain always does this. My brain always thinks of the kind of extra kind of, the kind of random edge case that, some people might, like, there might be these odd one or two people out there. Like, the only kind of thing I could think of why a couple of people would probably want to use Star for like a massive long audio file is probably because of the progress thing, so that they know how far it's actually done. Let's start a thingy. But yeah, indeed, it's not designed for that.
Well,
and
you
I think
can
if
see
they
that.
wanted
If
to
you
do
go
that,
into the output folder, you can actually see what WAV files are there.
yeah, which is cool. Yeah, it's
And I'll make
that's
a
what
list. Like, in a future version of the client, when you click render, it can have a list of lines that have to be rendered still. And then as things get rendered, they disappear from the list. So then you can see what's still left to be rendered. And if anything is failing to render, you can see what exactly is erroring, and you can choose to abort.
Yeah, that'll be a cool thing to add in the future.
I had this weird idea about TTS skits. So there are some books and movies and such that take place, and there's parts of movies and such that take place in different characters' perspectives. What if, like, there was TTS skits, sort of, that had the same structure?
Well, mine had the one I'm making definitely there's.
I'll be right back.
Switches perspective. Oh, okay. The thing I'm making definitely switches perspective, though. I don't know. It's gonna be fun. I have a really high quality. Like I don't like making skits that don't have HRTF and reverb and like the whole music track behind them and all this stuff, like Foley sounds. And that's probably why I've never released any, though, because it makes it a lot harder to create them.
Have you ever thought of making an extremely, and I do mean extremely, basic I don't know how you're going to react to this. Screen reader.
I don't know. That's hard to. So I'm not gonna talk about it much right now because of, like, streaming and stuff like that. But I've done some.
Oh, I know.
I've done
I
some
know.
fun stuff. Yeah. I'm just trying to think. I don't know how much I want to say necessarily, but I've.
You can say it off stream whenever you feel like it. I don't
Yeah.
care.
No, well, it's. I've had some fun with some blindy. Like I've written. Like, I wouldn't say it's quite a screen reader, but I've written alternate firmware for certain devices.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
I
don't
don't want to.
don't say it if you don't feel like it. It's all part of comfort, dude. It's all part of
Yeah,
comfort.
I mean it's. But like I might like for example, I want to make a speech synthesizer at some point. That would be fun. I haven't. When I was like 13 or something, I made something called Alphabetizer. And it was this really crappy attempt at a speech synthesizer. It was absolutely terrible, but it was still fun. And then I might try to make an actually good speech. Well, not good, but like legible speech synthesizer at some point.
You know what? Use my idea for some kind of accessibility thing. My idea for a basic screen reader, if I'm going to say anything, would be if you had a very basic menu with Braille support and only Snappy 5 and all that stuff. And I mean, you know, you've heard of Thunder before, right? The screen reader.
Briefly, I haven't really used it, but I've heard.
Ew, Thunder. I've tried to use that before. It's ew.
What about something similar but more modernized, but with Braille output support?
I think it's not officially supported on anything beyond Windows Vista.
Oh.
Actually, I've tried Thunder on Windows 2000, but you have to get like Snappy 5 support for that.
Yeah, because Snappy 5, Windows 2000 is actually the first system to support Snappy 5.
Mm-hmm.
I guess
I should get this provider running on a real. Well, it would be hard to get a WebSockets library. Well, not to if we can find one that can run on an old enough version of Python that can compile code.
I swear that there was a version, and I could be very much wrong, but I swear because I thought I had somewhere along the lines, I don't exactly remember when or how I obtained this, but I managed to obtain a Windows Phone virtual machine. Unfortunately, the sound didn't work. But apparently there are exclusive voices on that. Never really been able to confirm that, but I think someone was saying something about a Microsoft Emily. Not the Azure version, but something completely different.
Is it an Irish English voice, or was it? Do you know what it was?
No, I'm going to assume it was American English voice. I've never actually heard it, so it would be difficult to verify.
Was it a
but
one-core one that was?
Probably because that was on the time when
What's the
Microsoft More was a
architecture of
thing.
the V? Is it like ARM, like ARM 32? Or like, what's the architecture of the VM?
I'm going to bet
It was,
that this
it was a VirtualBox image, so it was probably an x86 image.
That at least makes it easier.
Now here's what I think. I'm just going to assume or guess that this Microsoft Emily was probably a copy of Microsoft Eva. That's just my guess.
Likely, given that we have Microsoft Susan, which is directly copying off of Hazel.
That's my guess. That's just my guess that this Microsoft Emily was copying off of Microsoft Eva, or maybe even perhaps Zira. Or maybe it was a copy of Aria, just a one core version.
It couldn't have been because Aria did not exist back then. Aria was, I think, released in either 2019 or 2020.
That's not what I heard. That's not what I heard. I was told that Aria was released in 2014.
Oh, really?
Aria? You mean the voice that's on the Zoom at One Essential?
Yes, that
Yes.
voice.
In 2014, 10 years ago,
Yeah.
It seems unbelievable because I would have thought that Microsoft would have surely included it in Windows 10 if that was the case.
But I'm probably going to assume that this Microsoft Emily, not the Azure version, was
Yeah, we'd have to
a
hear it.
copy of Eva.
We'd have to run a program that synthesizes SAPI to a WAV file. I don't know if you'll have to get some like auto run situation going so you can run a program on it.
I can
I
wait.
will say that the other voice that is on that, because there's two of them that you could have chosen from, Microsoft Mark was the other voice option. So it probably was an Eva clone, is my guess.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's just funny. An Eva clone.
They can be identical twins. Yeah.
Send in the clones. Oh god. Okay, no.
Man,
Thank
I
you,
need to
love.
finish this.
I
Like,
can
I need to,
wait.
maybe
You know,
tomorrow I'll be
it's
able to
funny.
take one more day and, like, if I spend 5-10 more hours on it, I'll be able to get, like, many more minutes of this TTS production done. I imagine this thing is going to be, like, 30 or 45 minutes long.
Well, you know,
I
it's
actually-
funny too because Eva was supposed to be used for Cortana, and then people found out about it and they started hacking the registry. And now here we are. We have that voice available to us. Microsoft was going to kill it when they announced the discontinuation of Cortana, and they're like, "Oh, you know what? Screw it. We'll just release it for the
Everyone
accessibility
has it anyway.
prompt." The accessibility prompt voice of Windows 11. So you wait for a few seconds, and it's like,
So
if you need an assistant screen reader,
So this
press
is
these.
why we still have Eva. I wonder if Sarah is the same. Matilda and Sarah do the same thing for Australian and UK versions of Windows. That's
and
gonna be my guess.
Coil. Remember, Coil is also another one
And
that's.
yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah, they are still available. So yeah, they must do the same thing as the accessibility prompts, and then I don't know. Stuff doesn't just bloody go full on enable like by default the Eva voice to be available through SAPI without us doing the registry hack.
Somebody criticized that for. I think it was actually on my old channel. Somebody heavily criticized that. I was going back and seeing some of the comments. I don't remember who, but somebody had actually criticized when I was showcasing all of the like voices at the time, showing that I had all of the voices installed, etc. And they're like, the fact that you have to enable these through the registry implies that Microsoft is either concerned of losing revenue or that they are extremely lazy.
Yeah. Well, I agree. Like they're it's like they're not giving two fucks about those of us who want to have a variety of voices, and they're like fuck you, and they're just never bothering to give it to us. It's like we're having to do all the work ourselves to get it.
yeah, that's the same thing with
Many
the
people
Azure
don't
voices.
care. I will say that, like, except for that, like, I don't know, like, in my unless you're talking about random visually impaired people, I don't see very many people, aside from a couple of random groups, who are interested in this kind of thing. It's a very, very, very niche thing, and that's one thing that sucks about, like, when you're dealing with a niche thing like that, you have to, like, just rolling with the trends. It just sucks. But it is.
I
Like,
think
it's
there's
so
been. I
niche
think
that
what happened is there was this misconception that all of the people who did the skits before us were all visually, which obviously they're not. They're fully sighted. But there was this misconception going around that saying, oh, because they have all of these subscribers, they must be, and then people started taking inspiration from that. So I don't think that helped.
No.
I mean,
Yeah,
look,
I know there are. Well, I don't know who they all are, but like I know there. Like that's why I said, except for a couple groups, I know there's like at least a couple random, like offshoots, like cited people who use TTS voices to make audio skits, but I don't think it's very common.
Like I know, Underbirds 101 still does it.
NKRS 200, and then those are just two of the main ones that are from the original TTSC, as they call it, TTS community, which is just like the whole, like just the TTS thing itself. But then you've got like the logo bloopers community, which was started by Dave Madsen, and he started like using TTS as a way of making these characters and have them reacting to the logo bloopers and funny edits and stuff.
There are
There's also another offset community, and that's a more like gaming community. Pixel Art Builder 583 is another person who does these, but in a more of a mainly a Minecraft context, but it's all sorts of games.
I was going to say, I was also going to say, there are some people like you, Windows, that just put like all of those personalities and stuff, all of those things that have been in the TTS community, and you just put it in like one little, like, except for the logo well, I know you don't do the logo bloopers thing, but otherwise, like, I know there was a time, I know this is probably non-canon, where it was where one of the characters said, "Oh, I'm surprised Microsoft Anna or Zira has not zapped you to calm you down, because
Conversation.
Arian has joined the channel.
Because of you, because of him firing Scotty, which was a part taken from Dave Madsen's, that part."
It was funny the first time, but over time the joke it kind of wore off.
Yeah, I have to agree.
I kind of stopped using that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I know you're doing the war against Linux eSpeak, but I won't give you any spoilers, but there's going to be a different thing going on my side of things, which I'm probably not going to be giving you any spoilers because reasons. But I thought about something a while ago, which I am not going to be exposing to anybody
Conversation 1 voice.
else, because one, we're on YouTube, and two, we're on Discord, and only me and Alex know about this right now. But let's just say a group of voices might or might not change their ways for the better, because they may or may not have been manipulated. That's all I'm going
And
to
then
give you.
But then I did have this idea that this could be applied to the stuff you're doing, Windows, as well. But I don't know. I guess we could have a kind of parallel. I guess we could have like a parallel story.
I don't really
There
know
are
many,
people who do heavy. Like, there are people who do collaborations. Like that. That's a thing. That's especially in recent years, that's become extremely popular on the cited side, at least.
And that's what Club TTS is supposed to be, though. That's the name of what used to be TTS User.
But let's just
I'm
say,
kind of. It makes me kind of glad that I don't know as many of the subcultures as much, mostly so that if I do start creating my own TTS universe, I can kind of start from scratch more. Like, I think that might be fun. Like, it might not contain as many of the well-known tropes. I'll take some that I end up knowing about, that I end up finding and liking. But for the most,
Microsoft Eva being a narcissistic,
I mean, she's on the bad side, but
she's not.
Not
in my story,
necessarily. She just has bad control, like control tendency. I guess is the best way to
She's
describe
just
it.
mentally.
But she's
Let's
not.
just say she's kind of mentally unstable, and she's not really evil.
Kind of like
she's just-
Microsoft. Kind of like
well,
Microsoft
like yeah, I
in
mean,
the Dave
hopefully some of my skits and stuff will be able to include, like, you know, so
Who
for
in the
example,
Dave-
with
hang
the
on, I
star
can
crashing, with the star crashing thing that I'm doing, you know, I'm hoping that at least some of the enemies I'll end up being able to pull back over to the winning side instead of just splattering them all over the concrete or something like that. You know, like don't make it, you know, have fun, but have a. What were you gonna say?
But what were you going to say, Alex?
Oh, I don't know.
I was gonna say Microsoft either has like bad control thingy tendency, control freak tendency type things, kind of like Microsoft Sam in various TTS universes, like the Dave Madsen, and sort of like the part of the G4P universe. But it's like you mainly get to see that in MM Blue.
Except for the fact that Eva is notorious for.
Go kill yourself a cookie.
So except for the fact that Eva is basically notorious for
Sorry about that, guys.
having these very unusual pitch glitches. So like it doesn't apply. It doesn't apply when the audio is exported, but if you start recording your audio through your stereo, like your internal like WSAPI audio, you'll be able to capture Eva actually. When you change the pitch, it will just freak out and it will go so high that it cuts off the vocal engine. And then it will slowly work its way all the way back down. The same thing happens too if you set it extremely low.
Oh yeah.
Maybe that. So in my skit, maybe that's how Eva can. Because right now Eva's trying to destroy Star. And maybe that'll be because, you know, she'll realize, oh yeah, wait, with Star, I'm always being synthesized to a file all the time. The glitch that everyone's been bullying me about's been fixed. So now everyone, like, I can, like, so that's gonna be interesting. Like, it'll be, I haven't been involved in the TTS communities at all. And so I'm gonna, like, randomly start listening to, like, various skits and various things. And I'll just take some of the stuff that I want. Like, I probably won't. There's probably going to be a lot of stuff that I just do from scratch or just downright ignore from existing things because I don't want to bind myself to stuff that I don't fully understand, but, like...
I can wait. I was going to say sorry for getting interrupted like that.
Oh, you're good.
I hate interruptions. Like sudden interruptions. If I get one more interruption, I'm going to pull a mic off the Mac voices at the moment because of.
We don't need the Mac voices for this one. They don't need to be in there.
Okay, but okay. Okay.
Well,
but,
you'll get them back. Like they're not going to be gone forever.
But I
like,
hate getting
like, things
rudely.
will be figured out.
I hate getting rudely interrupted. Like.
We got it.
No,
yeah.
not by you guys, but like when my siblings, I'm gonna get so, I'm about ready to start pulling a Microsoft Eva if I get one more interruption.
Okay.
Damn.
Alright.
Best thing you can do is to not dwell on it for so long. Like the interruption was over like 2 or 3 minutes ago, but you're stewing on about it, and then it makes the next one even worse. You gotta let them have the power to affect you only while they're in the process of interrupting you. And then that way they don't have the power to keep doing it beyond that if you just gotta let it go, you know?
He's got a point.
Yeah.
Anyway, as I was saying about all Christmas stuff,
hang on.
Mackenzie and you need to kind of get started on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another thing I wanted to say was, before I was gonna say something before I got so rudely interrupted, but I feel like that Microsoft Emily, if she's a clone of Eva, she probably, this is my guess, she never had the pitch glitch. She just it's like
I don't know. I don't know if you're able to change the pitch in narrator on Windows Phone.
Yeah,
That's the
I
thing that
I
I
don't
don't know.
think
'Cause
so.
I don't, like, again, I don't own a Windows Phone, and the virtual machine that I use did not have sound on it. So
I wonder if there's a way you could get like a VNC client running on that thing, on that VM. Get sound that way.
Doubt it's going to work
Uh,
though, but
yeah, and I also wonder too. I also wonder too, because the iPhone and the iPad both have all of the Mac voices too. I wonder if there, and this is probably an extreme stretch, but I wonder if there's a way to get the client working on those so that it's
Yeah,
not.
well, so we definitely want to do it for Android. iOS, maybe. It's just that, like, iOS apps are difficult to, like, you know, Apple's whole $99 a year
Yeah,
crap.
yeah, they have a huge wall garden problem. They like to take off in the name of security.
Yeah, and so, like, well, so the thing is in theory, actually developing the app and getting it to work on iOS, that might not be such a problem. But actually distributing it and making it convenient for anybody whatsoever to use, that would be a whole nother story.
I mean,
That's exactly what stopped me with my gaming
that's
engine
not
too.
really.
Huh?
That's not really the only problem. The other problem that you would have as well is the constant revocation of unsigned apps on the iPhone, on iOS.
Yeah, well, and I have a feeling that Apple wouldn't want something like this in the App Store anyway. Like, now, I think there are some Python interpreters. Like, I think you might be able to run Python code on the iPhone, and if you can set that up, then you might be able to run one of these providers on Python on iOS. Like, on a Python interpreter.
I wonder though, maybe, I wonder if that might change, not like immediately or anything, but anytime in the future, because we're seeing these, particularly in the EU, these lawsuits with Apple and their App Store regulations being too strict. So I wonder
Windows
if we'll start
electronic.
seeing less of that in the future.
Like, less restriction, that would be nice. If we can get it to be. It is very ridiculous how frustrating it is to, like, I was forced to pay $99 to get a developer account, even to get code running on the iPhone, because even though there is a way to do it for free, you have to use Xcode if you want to do that. Like, you must. So you either have to use Xcode, which is not as accessible for me. I don't know how to use it, like, with VoiceOver, or you have to pay $99 so that you can get a certificate on the website. It's frustrating.
honestly,
Definitely for Android, we're going to get them, and that will be fun as well. Then we'll have, like, Google TTS and stuff like that.
And Samsung
And we might have some
voices.
providers.
and the Samsung.
Well, yeah, and we
voices.
might have a provider that, like, it would be fun to have roaming providers, right? Like, when people have, like, enough cell data to support this, they're very unlikely to go offline because they'll just be roaming. Like, as people use their phone throughout the day, it'll just work.
Yeah, that's
So-
if Android TTS supports sending to a WAV file without it affecting the talkback and other apps that use.
It's probably gonna be put in OGG because most Android audio files are OGG.
Well, so here's the interesting thing. Star itself is pretty agnostic about the format used. It's just that most voices synthesized to WAV, and then the Apple voices were actually synthesizing to AIF. But I was like, no, we don't want to do that. So I set up FFmpeg to convert the AIFs to WAVs before sending them on.
Honestly, there may come a time where we have to have.
It's interesting that it's set up that way, because when I do the thing from like the text to audio shortcut that somebody created for the Shortcuts app to convert text to speech on the iPhone, you have it convert to CAF, and on the Mac it's converted to M4A.
Oh, fascinating. Well, you can specify, like, there is some AV audio format structure I think you can pass to some synthesized to file methods. I think you can control it.
You should probably make a thing where it can synthesize, because I mean, yeah, Android can take most, or it, like, for, like, different things, you can use, like, Wave and, like, MP3 or whatever, but I think for synthesis, it's probably gonna have to be an OGG no matter what, because I've noticed
If they
that...
force me, I doubt they'll force me to. I can probably get around it. Like, I mean, we'll just see what API
I feel like you
options
should
are.
probably implement options. There should probably be like a more like render 2, and then there should be like a more option, like an options thing that says OGG, MP3, Wave.
I mean, I might do that later, but that's a lot more of a penalty. Like, that's a lot more engineering cost. When, like I said, one of my goals here is to not do the audio editor's job. Like, and I don't even mean that as in the person, I mean as in the software. If you want to get your audio in MP3, you can just click render, and then you can just run it through a batch converter or do anything you want to it. Like, I mean, it might add more convenient features like that in the future, but, like, then we need to bundle an MP3 encoder, you know, or different, you know, various encoders with the STAR program for people's providers. And like I said, the very specific use case of this program is TTS audio skits. And with TTS audio skits, you're always going to want the unprocessed audio. You're always going to want the raw wave data, because otherwise it will be double compressed. Like, that's one mistake people make all the time, is they'll synthesize their TTS into MP3, and then they'll load that into Goldwave or their program, and they'll make an audio skit, and then they'll save the audio skit as MP3, and now you have double compressed TTS audio, and it starts sounding worse the more time you compress it.
I know Matt uses OGG, though. I don't know
why.
When
you're finally making your... Well, when you do your final output file, that's fine. Like, when you're done making your project, then you render your entire project to a format once it all has, you know, once it has its sound effect and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I think I think, you know, like, Wave is going to be the main thingy, because that's compressed. It's compressed.
Like, we'll see how the program grows. Like, there's time for more ideas over years, maybe even, you know, like this thing is going to disappear in a month. You know, Lord willing, it'll hopefully be here for a long time to come. And so in the coming months and years, we can maybe add more gimmicks. But for now, we just want to make sure the core function is very stable.
User volume slider 100.
Yep. Yeah, we don't want to end up like Windows Longhorn. You have to completely reset everything.
You know what's so funny is I already half ended up that way with this program. I wrote the coagulator, and then days later, after things kept crashing, I realized, oh no, the WebSocket server I'm using is not properly, like the module I chose is not properly standard compliant.
Mad Gamer has joined the channel.
You're still on stream, Mad Gamer, by the way.
And so
if you want to call me, you'll have to do it later.
Hey guys.
Yeah, look. I used ChatGPT to help rewrite a little bit of it to save time, but yeah, I had to, like, I already ran into that a little bit with this program, but yeah, we don't want it to be even worse by implementing features that we don't need yet, and then having to deal with that if it turns out that the first implementation of them isn't as good as we need. And then we're already probably about to rewrite the client in Python instead of in NVGT so that people can have a visual interface, so there's more rewriting already, and this program has already only been here for like a couple weeks or something, and we're already rewriting bits of it.
One question I had was, for the Python users, are you going to make it, are you going to, like, divide it into, like, not the Python, like, for the sighted people, you know, there's, you know, I know there's the blind people who would...
Driant has joined the channel.
You're on stream, by the way. So be careful.
Yeah, she's streaming on YouTube. She's streaming. Mackenzie is streaming on YouTube.
If you do not feel comfortable on stream, I don't
Yeah.
Up to you or whatever. Yeah. But,
Yeah, it's up to you. Yeah.
but
I start to
anyway,
get
yeah.
a little freaked out when someone joins any channels because I'm
No,
like,
just so long as you mention it. That's the biggest thing. Just so long.
I
The
know.
only thing that would upset me is if people didn't know. Right. That's the only thing.
I was also thinking of doing a stream tonight because like it's Saturday night and why not?
And I cannot stream tomorrow because Alex, do you know who is streaming
Yes.
tomorrow?
Cookie.
Cookie and Norge. Possibly.
Who?
Possibly Norge.
Notch.
Driant has left the channel.
Who's Nodge?
I think his
Evangelist
name is
Notch.
Notch.
Yeah.
I don't know them. Okay.
I guess you don't know that person. Oh well. Sorry I had to expose names. Sorry I had to
Yeah,
expose names over here, but
It's
Yeah,
fine.
name's a name.
Yeah,
I
like,
have to,
It's
yeah. If you use your real name on YouTube, there's
yeah, like I said, a name's a name. No need to kind of delve into that. Yeah.
yeah. Is I still need to ask ChatGPT if someone just had your full name, if they could find info about you. I feel like it's true in some cases. Like they could use search tools and
It's kind of I don't know. It is weird. Like some people say it is, some people say it's not, and I think there's no solid.
Anyone who wants
answer.
to find information out about you bad enough is probably gonna do it. I mean, like okay, put it this way. The way I look at it, it's best to just use a real name and to try to make few enemies, and then you just don't have to worry about it. Like, if you're doing stuff that makes enemies, then that's one thing, I guess. But, like, if you, like, you know, even, like, I've been able to do Survive the Wild, and I've I told you about that. I was attacked, like, once. But generally, I tried my best to not make any enemies. And as long as I'm that whole thing about treat others the way you want to be treated, like, this is one of the places where it very seriously applies, in the sense that, like, you know, the fewer enemies you have, no one's gonna, like, who's gonna want your real information? I don't care what your address is.
Probably hackers just being stupid.
But hackers could do that even if you don't use your real name. Like, let's say, like, you know, even if online, you know, you was to take a hard stance against using your real name and all that, people would still, hackers, if they really want to that bad, they can still do that even if they know your name or not. It's like when people kind of have this thing about, like, you know, not using their real name in
A hacker that doesn't know you is likely to only get into your account, most likely by, like, something like phishing or a password breach. So, like, if, like, the way that typically happened is, like, if you've signed up for a website and then that website's data leaks and you've used that password on another website, then you know, you could maybe get a little bit pwned that way and stuff
is
like
it
that.
just-
But
And that's why you use 2FA.
or passkeys. I prefer passkeys because that way, you know, Windows security dialog, click, 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 click.
Yep,
Boom.
exactly.
or, like, if you click on a
I can
link
wait.
and then your IP address gets exposed, you know, you run a file, or, you know, like the emails. I don't know if you've ever gotten, oh, your UPS package couldn't be delivered. Click on this
Congress-
receipt.pdf.js file to. And then, you know, you click that and then you get pwned. So, like,
can wait.
I think that's usually how it happens. It usually ends up happening from some sort of user interaction, if it's not somebody who has a personal vendetta against you. And then, like I said, if somebody does have a personal vendetta against you, it rarely matters. I mean, you know, it depends on how nasty of an enemy you've made.
Yeah, it's like,
Like,
I
I
know
don't
Cookie. Hang on, I know Cookie. Like, the reason Cookie, like, says she doesn't, you know, like, use her real name online is because of this one dude, this one stalker dude. But I don't think she realizes that, like, you know, even though she's not using a real name online and that, it's like, you know, this, if this dude really wanted to, he could still do shit, and it's like, you know, I don't know, it's, you know, it's odd. Like this whole
it's
stance against.
it's a lot of effort to go through. Like one of the things I believe in, like I kind of mentioned earlier, is like not letting people who have harmed you having any more power over you than absolutely necessary. So like, for example, I didn't start using an alias just because somebody, you know, got my social security number, because now that, look at what's happened. This person, they went from, oh, they got my social security number, to now, oh, they got Sam to have to worry about making sure his VPN works every morning. I'm just like, nah,
Yeah.
man, I don't want to give them that kind of power over me. Like, there are, I don't know, like, there's points for protection too. Like, I'm not trying to say like you should, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard to.
Is it just me, or has the YouTube live chat gone completely dead?
I think it has gone dead.
I
But
wouldn't
he's
be
trying to.
surprised if it said 0 watching now. Yeah, that's a bit, that's a bit overreacting, but let's just say,
No, there's two people.
oh, one of them's probably
that?
me. It's probably just us on the on the page windows.
Wait, who's that said it's 2 or more people? Is that Win Electronic 101?
Yes, that's him.
Yep.
Tweez cake v tweez list Nix timelines
Mackenzie.
list new visit
Hang
public
on.
text tweez
Okay.
All right.
session
Hello, Mona. Somebody, Mackenzie, you put a thing
I had
on
to
Mastodon. What
repost
was
it.
that?
I had to repost the link to the stream on Mastodon because apparently I lost all my viewers. Or my chatters.
Yeah, because my Mona,
Oh, don't worry about it. Don't
my
worry
Mona
about
was like, Mona,
Eh.
now Mackenzie Parker attachment.
it. Anyway, Mackenzie, whenever you want to, you can give me an invite to your server.
Yeah,
Whenever you want to.
I'll do that after the stream. I was also going to say, I am going to start getting in the habit of being more careful in the live chat of some streams when I first interact with people on YouTube, like in the chat, like.
Are you subscribed to my channel, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean by being more careful in the live chat? I don't like. What do you mean?
well, back then.
There was some weird stuff that happened earlier today, and that on that thing before we came here. You don't want to know.
And another thing, back then, I was a bit stupid and I was a bit spammy. And that kind of did get me blocked from a few channels, which I'm not going to expose any of them. Toomey did unblock.
Mackenzie, I'm going to say this right now. Some people get annoyed with that. I mean, you're lucky I didn't do that to you. Because,
Yeah.
you know, I'm a nice person. But some people are not, they're not going
Okay.
to treat you as nice.
That's why I'm going to tomorrow be very careful in not just stream, because I'm going to be really careful. I mean, sure, I can, send a bunch of chat messages in Cookie's chat. That's just because she can tolerate me.
Yeah, because how long have you known her?
A while now. And Nodge is a totally different story. So I have to be very careful.
I've known Nodge for a few years, but honestly, he used to be friends with this guy named Daniel
Nash?
You might know what I'm talking.
No.
No, not Nash.
No,
I'm just gonna say
I would
Daniel
rather.
I.
Daniel Ingram.
Yeah, that guy.
Careful.
It's only a name. It's so Mackenzie.
But look,
No, but all right. So some people though have requested that their names remain.
hold on.
It's only a name
Hold
thing
on,
must
hold on.
remain within the context of the people who ask.
I was going to say I would be careful because if Notch is watching the stream, let's just say he might.
Well, there's just some people who don't want their real names being mentioned. Like, if you want to mention your real name, that's fine. Tell people they can call you by your real name. But if somebody wants to use an alias, definitely respect the alias for their sake, if not your agreement, you know. If it makes them more comfortable, why go against that just because?
Yeah, I kind of have to agree on both
And
sides.
I think that person has requested to not have their name.
Careful. He might be watching.
Well,
anyway, and this guy, some of you might know when he's done.
I know what
But
he is.
I'm not going to say.
Yeah, I'm not going to say what he's done. But
Don't. But
I
you get
know.
the idea. You get the idea. You get the idea.
Let's
Anyway,
probably not say this stuff on stream because
I'm not. That's why I said you got the idea because.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Anyway, let's. I'm just. You know, the main point is Mackenzie. I've known Nodge to be someone who isn't very tolerant of a lot of stuff. So, just be careful.
that is why I'm taking the extra precaution to just be just a little bit chatty, introduce myself a little bit, and that's probably going to be it. And I'm going to probably shut up for the rest of the stream because I don't want to, because I don't want him to get the impression that this girl is quite spammy and she talks too much about TTS and I don't really care, and I'm not too fond of that because of I mean, he might be a little bit into TTS stuff, but like,
I mean, you can probably talk sometimes. It's probably just a read the room type of skill. Like it's probably not as much of, oh, you need to be completely silent as it is as try to be very, very attentive to what the current topic is.
Yeah,
and
that's
then,
what
like,
I'm
if someone's playing a game, like, you know, if somebody on stream is playing a game and you mention a TTS production, now the game that everybody is tuning in to watch is being interrupted by the TTS that's mentioned, you know, that's reading the chat messages, talking something that's completely off topic. Which, it's just, you know, then it's an interruption. Whereas if you're like, oh, great game, bro, you know, then it's not, you know, then it's on topic. Like, there's just, you know, time and place. It's just a skill you develop over time. Like, the more you try to develop it and the more you are attentive. And, like, another way is, like, watch how other people are chatting, too. Like, you can be your own self. I'm not saying you gotta mimic people or whatever, but if you can probably learn quite a lot by watching the way other people are chatting and realizing, oh, okay, this is when they're mentioning random stuff versus, oh, this is when they're being careful to talk about what's, you know, being streamed or what have you. And then you can learn from them too. You don't have to be completely quiet, just more learning how to read the room.
Not exactly completely quiet, but like a lot less chatty. But I mean, yeah, even if
Yeah,
I do
like,
go
like
off
remember
topic.
who's streaming. It's always good to remember that. Like remember who's being watched. Like, you know, like people tuned in to listen to, you know, this person, not to hear your chat messages. Otherwise, they'll tune into your stream to listen to just you. You know, like don't dominate the stream. You can still chat there. That's
Mad
why it's
Gamer has
there.
left the channel.
Just don't dominate it.
Yeah,
You know?
I had to learn that the hard way back when I was a bit younger.
Yeah, no, yeah, we all, some of us do. I mean, that's why that's why I mentioned some of it, because I know that it's amazing how, I mean, it definitely happened for me, but it's amazing how far you can go through life without hearing some tiny little piece of social advice that can be really useful. I'm sure it'll happen to me too. Like, I'm sure someone will tell me something in a year or two. I'm gonna be like, oh man, I wish I would have known that all my life.
But
like for me, the ones that it was for me is programming. So like I would tell a lot of people, I would be like, oh, this is really easy, and they would be, and then I would just move on with my day and be like, oh yeah, bro, this isn't that hard. This is really easy, and I thought I was helping, and then at some point someone told me, they were like, hey, you know, when you're saying that things are really easy, maybe it's really easy for you, but that doesn't mean it's really easy for us, and you're actually making us feel incapable by making us think that something should be easy that we don't actually find easy. And I was like, oh,
Mad Gamer has
well,
joined the
shoot,
channel.
I didn't mean to be that
But,
unhelpful to people.
yeah.
You know, so that's why I mentioned this stuff, because I just never know when somebody hasn't heard just like a tiny helpful bit of advice like that, you know. Like maybe someone has and they're just like, bro, shut up, but it's better to take the chance and maybe help somebody than to, you know.
Yeah, it's like, speaking of something that, you know, seems easy but actually isn't. It's like, I was actually reading through like the actual NVGT documentation, and it's like, you know, I sort of understand, you know, like the variables and how the integers, whoops, I keep line flubbing, whoops,
yeah,
and all that stuff. Yeah, although it's kind of like one thing I was struggling to kind of think about is like how I'd specifically, like, you know, apply some of that to like some of the ideas that me, Chloe, and Mackenzie had. Like, for example, this music box game that Mackenzie came up with that, you know, me and Chloe think would be a very cool game to actually work together and develop on and stuff. Like, I know at some point we need to figure out the best way of writing out a kind of plan for the game, like a plot, like, you know, a document that kind of outlines what the game's supposed to do, and then at some point we need to try and like actually work on the actual developing the damn thing, sort of thing. But yeah, I was just trying to think to myself,
Well,
like,
and there will be more, and this is where I'll point back to the incomplete docs. Like, we plan to have examples. Like, we plan to have little example games that show you, you know, oh yeah, you know, you would make a window, then you start a while loop, because you have to keep checking for keyboard input over and over and over, many times a second. You have to keep checking for keys. And so the way to do that is with a while loop, and then, you know, so that you learn about while loops. But so yeah, I can understand what you're saying, because there's not enough, like there will be examples later, like full on.
Well,
they'll be in the NVGT extras repo.
Well, I was gonna say we're not trying to make this as an example. We're trying to make it like a fully fledged thingy.
Well, and I mean like documentation. Like he's just wondering how to apply the stuff in the documentation to making a game, because there's no example right now that shows you, oh yeah, you know, this is what you might do with an integer or whatever, like, you know, use it to calculate someone's score. Oh, let's kill them if it's less than 0, or
did my
like, there just needs to be some examples.
Wait, did my stream just destroy itself? Someone go check. Sorry, I was gonna say, sorry I had to interrupt you, but
Yeah, YouTube. I'll check for you.
if it destroyed itself, I'm like, you know what, screw it, I don't care anymore. I'll just use it, do it in OBS, I'll just quit it in OBS, and then we'll be good.
Oh yeah, they changed the BSI
Matt
sounds in
Gamer. Hi.
18.2.
Okay, yep, we're good. In terms of chat,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that's
and
true.
another thing, Mackenzie, it's
Yeah?
not just about saying you're going to be very careful. Actions speak louder than words, so your actions will ultimately determine whether you're going to be careful or read the room or whatever.
Or if
It's just
he's-
common sense.
yeah. I know that, but I just wanted to. I don't want to make him get the impression that I am a spammy and very, just.
Well, and figure out who's worth your time too. Like, don't like. There's common respect, which is good. Like, don't want to cause problems for people as a whole. But then when someone is like particularly bad, then realize when their standards aren't worth meeting. Like there's a common etiquette standard that you want to reach. Yeah, don't spam the stream. Don't take it over. Don't change the topic on the stream or stuff like that. Yeah, but if there's somebody there who's also being unreasonably harsh, it doesn't mean that you have to follow them or go up to their standards if they're being unreasonably demanding of you, which I don't know if they are or not. I don't know what you were doing. I don't know what they were doing. I'm just saying in general, there's a balance to be found here on both sides.
It's like the impression I got was this person is, it's like strict but fair. It's like, that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, don't do anything stupid. It's like, don't do anything stupid, but like a bit more. I guess he's probably a bit stricter than Cookie, so I can't just go into Cookie's like that, where I would go into Cookie's stream and say hi, and like she doesn't mind if I go off topic. If we're playing like Stardew Valley, she doesn't mind if any of us go off topic.
Yeah.
That's what she
Like
doesn't
I
mind.
said, it's a skill to develop over like you'll the more you try to develop it, the better you'll get at it. Like just realizing when, because it's not just about the stream host too, it's about the people who are watching. Like realizing, okay, if the stream title is labeled Stardew Valley Let's Play for date, and then you distract the streamer and you end up talking about TTS productions for 30 minutes. Well, the idea about anything about the the TTS stuff that you're talking about, and so then when you could have just as easily talked about that TTS stuff on Team Talk later that night after the stream was over, then you can talk about the TTS stuff. It's not like you don't talk about it at all just after the stream, because that way the people who clicked on a stream entitled Let's Play Stardew Valley actually hear Stardew Valley. Like, one of the things that really annoys me, and it doesn't matter what streamer does this, like sometimes I'll try to download archives of like Let's Plays, and then they'll be playing a game and then they'll pause and they'll just spend 20 minutes talking about some random thing, and I have to fast forward and try to find where the game resumes and be like, bro, I don't know what this weird cultural thing is that you're talking about. I don't know what Paul's latest inside joke that you keep mentioning is. Like, that doesn't interest me as somebody who's watching the stream from the outside. So like I said, the more you just kind of think about that, like just think of like, oh, who's going to be getting these messages? Are they going to be interested in these messages? It'll come to you over time. Just the more you care about it. I'd say
Obviously, I'm just gonna say hi and all of that.
Yeah, no, don't. Yeah, do like, if you notice that other people are doing it, it's probably fine to do. That's kind of what I was saying too earlier.
I'll
like,
probably also
you can
introduce
learn
myself.
A lot by...
I was gonna say
Yeah,
I'll
that's
probably
fine.
introduce myself if it's this, because it's the first time actually interacting with this person on an actual stream, and I'll.
Well, yeah.
Like, I had to learn the hard way that I shouldn't spam about stupid crap. Yeah, I had to learn that the hard way, and I've learned my lesson, and I have Like, there were times when I nearly sent a message and I was like, hey, like a message that was totally off topic, but then I stopped myself and I was like, hey,
Yeah,
do you really want this
really?
person to, I don't, no, I shouldn't say flag you, time you out for 24 hours?
Yeah.
And there's another thing I had to deal with some time ago, and this was on one of my streams. One person was being narcissistic. And he thought,
My,
hang on. Sorry, but I was gonna say, that person thought I deleted their chats when I didn't. And let's just say, after he was, I was like, I'm not dealing with your narcissistic behaviors anymore. If you're fine, if you want to get angry and you don't want to talk to me again, I'm like, fine. You know what? Screw you. If you want to get mad at me for just giving you a warning because of what you did to another person's stream, then get mad. I don't care. It's like you're just acting narcissistic.
When you have to discipline people, they get mad sometimes. That's something you learn very early on whenever you have to deal with any kind of moderation rule, like, for me, audio game development. You learn very early on when you tell people to not do something that they want to do. Yeah, a lot of them get mad at you. Tends to happen more often than it doesn't.
Yeah.
That being said, to be completely fair, YouTube does have a YouTube also does have a very bad tendency to just randomly hide comments from people. So you go to comment something and then all of a sudden that comment's not there. It's not visible on the creator. The creator cannot do anything about it. So then you go into
yeah.
And
I think it's because YouTube is now run by AI algorithms and people who ultimately people who don't even know what the heck they're doing.
I don't even bother having it. I used to have a filter on for like moderation on my comments. I've turned that off and comments are still disappearing. So it's like, what's the point of even having that feature toggleable if you're just going to override it anyway?
Do it anyway, yeah.
Everything's just kind of getting like overrun by these algorithms and
Mark
stuff.
Miller,
And sorry, I was
hello
quiet
there.
for a while.
Are you
I had
aware
a
that your AFK
Skype
music
call that
is
I just
going on that
basically
one
answered on
video
my
you
phone and just
uploaded?
hit the good thing
Hang
about
on.
this Razer headset is literally hit this button
Conversation
and
one and-
punch this button and it mutes the mic.
Yes, I was aware. I did that on accident, Mark, and I forgot to turn that scene off. Whoopsies me.
Go flip up mic. On mine, I can just flip it up and it mutes. Although I'm not using it right now. I'm using my Quadcast right now.
I have a,
My mic
I have a
does move
Yeti,
up,
as
just-
you guys can tell.
Yeah.
But
I have a
sorry.
full bladder, so I will be right back.
Yeah, you'd better go and take care of that. Otherwise you're gonna blast yourself.
Oh
anyway.
God!
How do you guys
I
feel
don't mean
about?
to say I don't mean to say that in a weird way. Don't people
Oh,
in
yes, you
chat.
do, Mackenzie.
No, I don't.
Silveritis.
No, what I mean by blast yourself is you'll.
Yeah, don't even go there. Don't go there.
Yeah,
Don't even
probably
go
not
there,
gonna-
or else I'm gonna turn myself into Microsoft Eva.
Don't even
Anyway,
think
I'm gonna
about
pull
it.
a Microsoft Eva.
I was gonna ask a question.
What?
How do you guys feel about digital voice recorders?
I actually have an Olympus
I don't see
DM720.
the need for it
Yeah.
myself. I mean, it's good for what it is, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't see the need for them either. I mean, yeah, they are good, but I mean, yeah, I guess the Zoom H1 Essential, I could make use of the USB mic feature on it. But then again, most of the time I'm using my headset and
wait.
stuff.
One question is, can you like use your Zoom H1 as a microphone on your system?
Oh yeah, I've done it.
Can you do?
I can also use
Can
my
you do?
Olympus.
Hang on. Can you do it in stereo or is it mono only and you can't?
It might just be stereo. I don't know. I
Okay.
really don't know. Anyway, the Olympus TM720, I need to get a replacement because mine broke at the USB connector.
It's 9:45. It's really 10:45 here.
3:45 a.m. for me.
Oh my gosh,
Dude.
where do you? Oh wait, never mind.
Looks
I'm
like,
not gonna ask.
actually, no, that wouldn't make sense. I was about to say that it looks like someone that was having daylight savings time setback issues, but that really should be an hour before that, if that's the case.
Am having, I am having daylight saving time setback issues, and I don't know how to turn that off. I don't
just
know
got a
how to
time
fix
machine
it, so I'm
notification
just
on my
gonna.
Mac.
I was gonna say I don't know how to do it, so I'm just gonna leave. I'm just not even gonna try.
I mean, that's just kind of, that's not a good idea to just not even try. I mean, that's kind of like give it up. I mean, you could always learn it. Like, hey, Google, ChatGPT, Google Assistant, it's all there. Use it.
Somebody would like to use.
Or should I say, or should I, or as I should also say, crap pilot.
Microsoft.
Yeah, the new Copilot is horrible. The old one.
It's not as good as
the gold one.
Cortana as far
No,
as.
so the old one was tolerable because it used GPT as its model. Now it's just using Microsoft's own random thing, and it's much worse now.
I thought it was using. Wait, so they switched indefinitely, so it no longer says use GPT-4. Switch button on.
No, the whole app has been redesigned. In fact, they don't even have the old voice anymore. They got rid of that voice and replaced it with 4 really crappy voices.
Speaking of, what mic
Yeah,
are
if
you
you're
using?
gonna use TTS with Copilot, you might as well just use freaking your screen reader's voice.
Yeah, what mic are you using?
Anyway. What? Wait.
You
what?
actually can't really, unless you voice chat with it, you actually can't even use the text-to-speech voices now. Because the read aloud button does not exist anymore.
I know that there's a different website as well that's called Pi. I think it's either, I don't know if it's PY or PI, but it will let you chat with it, and even if you can't use voice input on it, it'll still let you use their voices even if you type, which is kind of what I like. Now, I also do like GPT, and Pi is using GPT. Not as in Python. I'm talking about something totally different. And not only does Pi use GPT, it also has 11 Labs, but their own custom voice. But the developers' custom voices, they're using 11 Labs technology, but they're using the custom voices.
Yeah.
I don't like the Pi voices though.
TBH MS Copilot, or as it used to be called, Bing Chat from 2023. That was good. I literally I preferred that. I once preferred Bing Chat over ChatGPT, but now it's the opposite. I prefer ChatGPT over Bing Chat, or Copilot as it's called now.
You should just go try Pi at that point then, because like
The other problem is between Copilot and between Claude. The two of them, despite Claude even being highly intelligent, both of them have a really overly restrictive, like discussion ratio on what you can talk about, what you can't talk about. Like talking simple about something about analyzing nonsensical scenarios. It's like, I'm sorry, but as an AI, I'm not programmed to do this. And then you
Mark
try
Miller,
to sit
by the
there
way,
and try
you
to convince
kind
it
of named
multiple
your character.
times.
You know what? It
Yeah,
doesn't
like,
really
for
matter
example,
anyway. There could be a god that has that name as well.
You know what? I'm not even gonna say it here. Is anyways, soon we're gonna get Apple Intelligence, Siri 2.0, as some people are gonna call it. Or I mean, we already have Apple
I don't
Intelligence.
even know if they're gonna. I was gonna
Soon
say
Apple
they
is
could
gonna make
very
their own
well.
version of GPT.
I was gonna say
Parts
they
of it
could.
are already out. Yeah, parts of Apple Intelligence are actually already out. The
Right, but I
problem
was
is,
saying
Hang on,
problem
Mad
is-
Gamer.
the problem is it's only it's restricted to the iPhone 15 Pro, iPhone 15 Pro Max, and the entire iPhone 16 lineup.
and the reason for that is because the chipset that they're using.
My desk.
Because it runs
Yeah,
on
but, like,
device.
there's no reason why they couldn't use that private cloud compute on the to offload to for their older iPhones.
For all
Exactly.
we,
I
can
feel like they
wait.
just.
I was gonna
This
say.
is another incident.
Get off.
Go ahead, Mackenzie.
I was gonna say, for all we know, they may get rid of the Siri name altogether in later things.
Well, that'll never happen, or at least to my knowledge, because I haven't even heard anything about regarding from Zolatech or Brandon Butch that they're going to get rid of the Siri name.
Well, it wouldn't surprise
that's
me
like-
if they did.
That's very extreme. That's very extreme, Mackenzie.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They're not going to
You-
pull a Microsoft and basically kill off the Cortana and replace it with Copilot. They're not
The
going to do
thing
like
is, Copilot coexisted with Cortana for a little bit, so I don't think they would be so stupid to redesign.
You're on stream. By the way, you're on stream. Be careful.
My
What are we
question is,
streaming?
can I still?
Me?
My question is,
Just
can I?
Mackenzie's streaming on YouTube, so just. It could
yeah,
That
just
being
you know,
said-
anyway.
I don't think there's many listening, but it can be broadcasted.
My question is, does Cortana? Can you still get the voice from those reg files on Blind Health's
Yes.
website?
Yes.
Well, I don't.
Well, there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. So what they did with Eva after they discontinued Cortana and they put Windows 11, they designed Windows 11 because remember Cortana is no longer a part of the out-of-box experience. They put a prompt in that uses Eva's voice, or I guess the varying Cortana
Yeah.
voices if you're
Yeah.
like in dialect.
To set up the installation of.
You wait a little while. There is an auditory prompt that will come up. It says, "If
To
you
set up
need
your
a screen
device using
reader,
Win-
press
yeah.
Control." Yeah, so it's still there.
Yeah, it is.
I'm surprised they haven't.
They just don't have the
destroyed-
enhanced. They just don't
More
have the
button.
enhanced Cortana voice that used to say, "Hi there, I'm Cortana and I'm here to help."
They're not bringing that back anytime soon. And I was gonna say, for all we know, Jen Taylor may decide, hey, since you guys killed off Cortana, I don't want my voice being used in my stuff anymore, or in your products anymore, which could very, very well happen.
I don't think it's ever going to happen because that's still. Remember, that voice is still baked into the operating system.
Well, remember how Cortana started? It actually started with a game, and then they brought that. They
Oh?
put the concept of that game
Yeah,
and then
from
brought
Halo.
it to an operating system. So I don't think she's going to quit because Microsoft is still actively developing that franchise.
Wait. So Microsoft was the one who made Halo? I never knew.
Not strictly. It
Yeah,
is
not-
developed
No,
by a
but
third party, like
The character
343.
was,
studio, I believe.
Yeah,
the
343,
character was
now
based
called Halo Studios.
on- No, the system was based on that character Cortana.
Yes, that's what we was saying. Cortana from Halo. Halo developed by 343 Industries, or now known as Halo Studios, because they decided to do a whole studio
Now,
rename. And
I
yeah,
am surprised after. Now, here's what I had the. I literally just came up with this, or not just came up with this, but I don't know. I was gonna say crap. I forgot what I was gonna say. Dang it. I'm surprised that she doesn't specifically say, "Hey, I don't think you should have my voice in modern Windows systems anymore." Like, I'm not talking about like Halo specifically, but just the system.
Well,
like,
they probably have a contract.
So all of her stuff was pre-recorded. All they did is really essentially create which they have the rights to. They have the rights to the synthesized voice.
So
they synthesized her voice for the parts where like it's unable to process the pre-recorded speech. It's the pre-recorded speech that would likely be an issue, but I don't think it would be an issue at all because it's not in Windows 11 and Cortana is basically dead. It's lost the service as of the end of last year. So
Yeah.
like
So-
try to connect to it now, it doesn't work.
So you're
I-
telling me that
I'll wait.
no, hold on, Mackenzie. I've noticed this. You kind of struggle to notice when someone is still speaking, and you just kind of like try and jump in. I've noticed that.
you always do that, Mackenzie. I feel like you didn't used to do that, like, but now you do. I don't know why. I feel like I can't talk here because it's. Anyways,
Well, honestly, I'll give her some room, guys. You know, honestly, because
Oh, sorry.
It's a very minor quirk. It's not. It's a minor.
it's nothing
just,
wrong. It's just.
Just
anything
yeah.
bad,
It's
but-
a very
I'll
minor.
try.
Don't feel very. Don't start like feeling like you got to feel really bad about it. Just try to like when you want to say something, just have faith in the idea that you'll get your turn at some point. Because
Okay.
everybody does. So if everybody does, why would you not, for example, right? So like, yeah, maybe it'll take you like just the skill to develop is you might have to try to remember the most important. Like sometimes you might have the thought that you want to say 5 different things, but people are talking while you're thinking that. So then you might have to prioritize the most important thing you want to say so that when you notice that it's quiet for a little bit, then you can say that. And there's going to be, because you have to keep audio delay in mind. Sometimes there's going to be situations where you start talking at the exact same second that somebody else is talking.
Full screen
and then
button.
you kind of say, hold
Exit
on,
full screen.
as though they interrupted you, when in reality they didn't even mean to, but it was just because of the audio lag. So if that happened, just kind of, it sometimes takes a few minutes for someone to get a word for, I'll wait for several minutes while somebody's
My
talking.
hardware
Just
is
don't-
going. My hardware is going ballistic.
Oof.
Some of
breaking
my
up a little
USB hardware is going ballistic. Oh dear. Did my
Voices like the you know how Microsoft David voices like the you know how Microsoft David when you're typing something and when you're typing something and it's in an enhanced voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
But that's not an enhanced voice.
I'm
That's
sorry,
just pre-recorded
did you say
speech.
that you were streaming?
I did.
Yeah, there's a stream on YouTube.
I'm
Quiet,
not
or not
streaming,
careful,
but one of
or
the
not
users
quiet,
in the channel is
careful.
streaming on YouTube. I don't think that it has particularly many views or anything, but somebody's streaming while they're on Discord, so it's just good for people to be
So,
aware of it. But
I was just gonna say, please be careful. I was gonna.
I mean, that kind of sounds a bit.
Yeah.
just so long as people know that this stream's going on, that's all that's important.
Yeah, and just so long as you don't play any copyrighted material.
Oh no.
Or say anything that you wouldn't want public, Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
All I did was walk in. All I did was walk in talking like a donkey.
Yeah.
Luckily, with Suno, luckily with Suno, like songs and stuff like that, you don't have to worry about copyright. But if you want to go and
That is.
I shall
That is
return in
still
like 5 minutes.
a gray
I'll
area.
stop here, but I'm just gonna walk out of the room, so I'll be right back.
but like every
Actually,
single time that I have used that I've never had any like issues with that. Mainly because
Right.
I'm filming
Yeah.
because original content. Like they're not going to copyright claim that.
It's the same thing with
So if you're not
Penguin.
on a paid, if you're not on a paid Suno plan, you don't actually own the copyrights to the music you generate with it.
But they still
Oh.
don't do a copyright claim. Like
No, you
even
won't get
when
a
I was using-
copyright claim because there's
You have to attribute them.
a match
It's
because
how it works.
yeah, but you don't own the copyrights to the media that you create if you're on the free tier.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for example, I actually put when I was doing those remixes, the breaking ringtone for the iOS breaking ringtone, the WatchOS Nighthawk ringtone, for example, I put Suno AI remix in the title.
Yeah, that's what you
Yeah,
should
I
do with
mean-
AI stuff.
I mean, honestly, as long as you know that it's a Suno, you should always mention that somewhere,
Yeah,
either
always
in the title or
mention it.
subscription. You do that, you should be fine.
Yeah.
So, in another, I'm sorry, I hate stupid background noise and arguing, but, I was going to say one reason why, let's just say the BG2 Orchestral Pack, that is not copyrighted. And if it was, I would have been taken
If it
off
was,
Manny has joined the channel.
Because it's
oh,
Manny McKinsey is doing a stream, so
He already knows.
to make you aware.
He already knows. He already knows. He already knows.
Well,
Okay.
okay then. You don't have to.
What? Yeah. What was I gonna say though? Yeah, the orchestral pack. Yeah, loads of people have used that in videos and streams. So you know, there's nothing.
Yeah, but I don't think you're supposed to.
Who left?
As I recall, that was
couldn't
supposed to
hear.
be used specifically in
Literary has joined the
BGT
channel.
only. I could be wrong.
No, that is a misconception. That is a complete misconception, because we've used it in TTS skits. I have, and I never got in trouble with it. So.
And Philip Benefol, I think at this point he
doesn't care.
He couldn't
That's
care.
what I mean. He
He
couldn't
couldn't
give
care
two
He doesn't
less.
care because
But I do
BGT
think
is a
it's-
dead language altogether.
And
Which one?
BGT. But
Oh yeah,
as I,
it's dead.
But as I was going to keep.
It's been
but-
dead for 10 years. I don't know why people are so surprised.
But what I was going to
Rest
say
in
was.
peace.
But what I was going to say is, even if, like, even it's not copyrighted, and it's not, and it doesn't have to be, specific to audio games. Because guess what? Alex, Chloe, and even me have used it in our TTS videos and stuff, and guess what? There's nothing wrong with that. So
Exactly.
whoever says it's supposed to be used in audio games and stuff only, that is a complete misconception.
misconception.
We're talking about the Blast Bay gaming tool.
That was on Philip's site, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think that was ever very clearly specified. I have a hard time believing the dude would care too much, to be
No,
honest.
he wouldn't care, but what I'm saying is you can't, it's not clear cut. Just do be a
Mhm.
little bit cautious.
Mm-hmm.
But
That being
It's
inside,
not-
I will caution everybody
Well,
that
see-
regardless,
Hang on,
YouTube's copyright
literary.
system
I'm
is
quiet already.
fundamentally broken. So
What's broken?
YouTube's copyright.
YouTube's copyright system.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely. I mean,
Yeah, so
YouTube's copyright is garbage.
It'll copyright things that you own the rights to, and then it won't copyright other things, and then it'll copyright things incorrectly.
Oh yeah, but other people can strike for just utterly stupid reasons, and there's not much you can do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The BGT
Well, and that's the
org-
problem. And that's the problem that the record labels, the big record labels, kind of can bully YouTube around. And
I
so
can't remember if I had mentioned that somebody had decided to showcase their printer malfunctioning, and the copyright system decided to flag the printer as copyrighted.
No.
A printer.
A
printer.
So basically, if a big record label wants something from YouTube taken down, it's going away and you're shit out of luck. And there's really no way for you as an individual creator to dispute it in any
Now-
way that doesn't. I'm sorry,
Ethan-
Mackenzie. I didn't realize your sentence began before mine ended.
Sorry.
There is really no way to dispute it
None
beyond
has left the
the
channel.
automated process. And
Yeah.
it's
It's
really
almost like
frustrating.
YouTube is like,
Now, sorry, I was gonna say, now, even so, if I was to use that pack, I'm still not gonna get copyrighted because it's not like YouTube's gonna give Philip the excuse to say, "Oh, some of this music that was used in your audio games and such was used in someone's TTS
No, because it's
skit."
not registered with the Content ID system.
exactly.
No, it isn't, and it.
Yeah.
YouTube's
and
not even gonna
they
know.
Can't, and they can't. They can't take it down for if I was to use it, because like I use it in my skits and stuff, and if you wanted to, I can get it
Yeah,
to
you do.
Windows.
I-
You Windows. Hang on. I can get it to you Windows, but yeah. But the people that say, "Oh, but you shouldn't be using it in your TTS skits because it's copyrighted," that's totally wrong. It's not.
That's not how this works. So,
Yeah.
So whoever wants to say that can go and shove it.
okay, again, stream. Your stream.
I think
fine,
she's
it's-
confused somewhere.
Okay.
Only the
well,
content that is used more than specific duration, like 5 second, with all complete volume without any sound, and it is registered with a content ID. For example, if I make a music and I register with YouTube with a content ID, and DJ Wolfie decides to use my music in his video, and he plays my music for more than 5 seconds without any other sound being played, the YouTube will
Not
copy
necessarily without any other sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, not exactly
Yeah, because-
necessarily.
But, okay,
Now-
here's the thing about the BGT Orchestral Pack.
Oh.
It's not that they can't take you down. It is that they probably won't. Because it's sitting in a legal grey area, and the difference... the Mackenzie, it is copyrighted. It is licensed to you.
Yes.
But
He's right.
But it's not copyrighted in the way that, but it's not like
That's not how copyright works. You can either be copyrighted or not copyrighted.
No. Anything
Yeah,
you create
and
is automatically
also-
copyrighted under
Yes.
Creative Commons.
It's unfortunately
you need
also
to
the same
specifically
thing.
There's no
copy left
disputing that.
something.
It's unfortunately also the same thing that goes
Huh?
for. I know
Copy
a lot
left.
of people like to use.
Public domain.
I know a lot of people like to use Incompetech because they say, "Oh, royalty-free music, you can get that there." Yeah, you have a small chance of being copyright claimed or striked if you use.
That's
even
the
their
fault of the
music.
YouTube.
And it's
Yeah,
not
I-
really the creator's fault. It's the YouTube ID system. and they're
You can
automated.
license your media under public domain,
It's-
but it's still copyrighted under Creative Commons when you create that
Algorithm
media.
detects the musical.
You can relinquish copyright.
But
You
we-
can entirely, I think.
The problem with the problem with the music ID system with YouTube is that in order for any video to be excluded from the potential process, whether that's through the distributor or you have to obtain explicit copyright permissions for that video, and so yeah, it's kind of fundamentally flawed in the way it's designed.
And
Now-
somebody actually did try to dispute it,
Landscape.
and it didn't go
New
too
notifi-
well.
Wall
Like
mic
the
Converse
original
please keg
creator
VZ
of the
Skype
music
not yet
tried to
another
get in
V2
contact
Vex
after
80s
they got
V2
gotten
obs
permission
30
from
obs
the owner to
30
use
dot.
it.
No. I know. We're on Discord. I'm on Discord. Honestly, though, Windows, I think you should try that out if you like, because the chances of you getting your video, or well, I'll just say audio video taken down for a lot of copyright reasons is probably slim to none right now, because yeah, I guess Alright, guys, I think I'm gonna end the stream here because I am having too much fun on Discord. Sorry, I have to kind of cut everybody off, but I really probably shouldn't be on here right now, so I'm gonna get. So. So I hope you enjoyed the stream, and I'll see y'all later.